Welcome everybody to another amazing episode of the Oz and Z Community Podcast. Today we have a mammoth episode. It's going to be humongous, huge, extreme. We have four guests on. They're all from Team EC. We'll introduce them in just a minute, but before we do, welcome Pete. How are you?
Good, very good.
That's good.
Doing very well. How about you, Eva?
I'm doing all right. Yeah, I'm doing all right.
That's good.
Yeah. And also welcome JR. How are you?
Hello, it's me.
You sound sleepy, Jackrabbit.
Yes, because I literally just woke up and I'm trying to be awake with the help of this black coffee. So yeah,
Is it a drip coffee or is it instant?
it's an instant black
Oh my
coffee.
god!
I don't have the fancy. I don't have those fancy things.
I emptied the sink last night. I could have sent you some of that. It would have been tastier.
Well, you know what, Eva? Philippines is closer than Finland. So the coffee machine that will be sending to
No, that was a popcorn machine. Popcorn machine, not Philip.
See, I
not
told you
coffee
my
machine.
brain is still sleepy. So
Yeah, still sleepy. Yeah. No,
we'll
fair
pretend
enough.
that it's a coffee machine. So I'm pretty sure
All
it
right.
can get here, Eva.
Perfect. All right. Well, who wants to introduce the guests?
Who's going to go first? How about we do one each?
All right. And then we fight it out for the last one.
Yeah.
We fight it out for the last one. So Pete, you go first.
All right. I'm going to introduce EC Tugrnutz. Welcome to
Howdy,
the
folks.
podcast.
It's great to be here. How are you guys doing?
Yeah,
Really,
very
really
well.
good.
Yeah, very well. Very well.
Awesome.
And
JR?
I see you've still got your camera on, so that's an added little feature for us.
Yeah, I figure you guys can stare at my mug for a little while.
How good.
JR, after
Okay.
you.
My turn to introduce another guest. He is the leader of EC Huckleberry. Did I pronounce that? EC Huckleberry. Okay. It is Scotch. Welcome to the podcast, Scotch.
Thank you for having me.
Yeah, it's
Have
so
you
great
on?
to have you all here. Eva, your turn to introduce.
Okay, I'm going to go down the list, and I'm going to go. Welcome to the podcast, EC Cowboy. How are you?
Hey, thanks. Good to be here.
It's good to have you on.
All right. So are we going to do like a rock off for this, or?
Okay, on three we say scissors, papers, or stone. Okay, so 1, 2, 3, scissors.
Stone.
That failed miserably.
Okay. Let's all go together and introduce all at once.
Yeah. Okay. 3, 2, 1. Welcome to the podcast.
EC.
EC Stanley.
There you go.
Yeah, we did it.
Yay,
That was
we
the
did
worst intro ever.
That's-
Oh, God.
To me, that was the best
Stanley.
intro.
we
was-
saved the best till last.
Yeah, that was the best. I'm really excited to be here. I've listened to your podcast for a while now, so I almost feel like I know you guys just from every couple of weeks I hear a new episode. So I'm really happy to be here.
Yeah.
That's
thank you
That's
very much.
awesome, Stan.
Yeah, very cool. And just for people listening, but not really listening, I just posted in the general chat the photo of said hair from when I was much younger. So you guys can laugh.
Cool.
You guys can laugh all you like, but JR and Pete have already seen it and laughed their heads off already. So I will put that on the YouTube video just for everybody else to see.
I'll post one up in there as well when we're done.
What not to do when you're at school and getting a school photo done.
Nice.
Yeah, so, all right. Well, let's get stuck into this episode because there's a whole lot going on. I mean, we must briefly say thank you to Fingersoft for the update and the new track and the new cup tracks and the beautiful new feature where you can, respawn and, come back on and finish off a track or get better at the end of a track. And we are, as a community, we are all very happy that the respawn feature had the stars removed. So then the guys who've done all that work getting all those stars can keep their stars happy. Any other
So I didn't
thoughts
hear
on-
about that. They changed that, so now a respawn just does it cut your stars off where you died, and that's
Where you
that's what
died.
your score is.
Yeah.
Okay,
Yeah. That's
that
where your
makes
stars
sense.
finish. Yeah, but it means you can continue on.
Yeah.
And still, learn a bit more about the tracks. So the next time when you don't die, you know where you're going, type thing. The one thing it does do is if you've taken the roof off your car, or when you respawn, it gives you everything back.
Oh, see, I haven't done it yet. That's interesting.
Yeah,
Oh.
I had to play with it. I didn't realize, but because I'd smashed the roof off the rally car at the time, I was testing it, and yeah, it respawned and the roof was back, the bonnet was back, and everything else. And I'm like, oh, but you also get a fuel tank of fuel. So,
Oh, okay.
so it's not like you respawn and you're about to die still.
Right.
So yeah, they do that. But no, thank you for listening to the community as a whole, because there was a fair bit of controversy about it, and I think the community as a whole is appreciative of the fact that you guys listened and made some changes. So yeah, well done.
Well,
and
who doesn't like a
again,
good animated beaver?
I'm pathetic about some angry beavers.
Well, I'm just
I remember that show. I forgot all about that.
I'm just thinking, because I've seen beavers in lots of Fingersoft stuff, and I must have been talking about it because all of a sudden on
Everywhere.
all my ads I'm getting beaver stuff, and I'm like, what the hell? What the hell? Like, did you know that a beaver's tail is this, this, and this? And if someone had, and I'm sitting there going, what the hell? Pete, that's funny.
I'm glad you saw it.
Oh my god. Oh my god. Luckily, I've seen those series of movies, so I know the reference. I will post what Pete just posted in the video, in the YouTube video, so you would have seen it by now. Sorry, now I'm sidetracked. Why don't we? Does anybody else want to say anything about the game quickly?
I love the new adventure and that whole theme. I'm from a state called Oregon, and it's very woodsy, northwesty, and it really all the graphics and everything just remind me of my own backyard, basically. So it's pretty cool.
That's
Yeah, I
awesome.
Y'all
thought-
have angry beavers?
I thought
We
that
got
was-
we got lots of angry beavers up here in Oregon.
You called it Oregon. I thought it was called Oregano.
Nope. Some people think it's Oregon, but it's Oregon.
No, sorry, that's just a herb.
Yeah. Oh yeah. We
Oh,
know
sorry,
we
it
know
was-
all about herbs too.
I was being a bit.
Weed's legal here.
Not oregano.
Not oregano, yeah. You can't have cilantro or coriander growing in the wild. People go crazy about that. But weed is okay.
That's fun.
Oh, geez. All right, sorry. Let's get stuck into it. JR, did you want to open up the questions?
From the questions channel, we'll go
No,
straight to
Or do you wanna-
no. Just
Oh,
if
my
you wanted
goodness.
to. I suppose before we do some questions, could
Yeah.
we have like a 3-minute each introduction to who you are, where you've played, and if you played HCR1. So we'll start with Cowboy.
Okay, so I found the EC Huckleberry family probably 3.5 years ago, and
Okay.
joined Huck 3. I'd actually left a CC team Nordleys. I played with them for a while back before they had merged with Rats. And anyway, I played with Huckleberry 3 in Division 3 for a little while and became promoted to leader of that one. And then after a little while, several of us moved up to Huck 2. Eventually became the leader of that one. And then here not that long ago, we did a large family merge, and we all ended up in Huck 1.
Going well.
Yeah, that's good. And did you play HCR1 before?
Yes, actually, I did play 1.
Okay.
Excellent.
Very cool. Very cool. All right. Well, EC Stanley, how did give us a little brief rundown of your history and where you're playing and all that sort of stuff.
I didn't start off with HCR1, but when I started, it was relatively soon after 2 came out. I don't know exactly how long, but the rally car wasn't out yet, and the other tuning parts weren't out. I played that for a couple years before teams emerged, and day one of teams, I got lucky. I just was I really didn't know what teams were all about. I'm just kind of cycling through team names, and I see one that says "I'm your Huckleberry," which, if you guys don't know, it's a reference to the movie Tombstone.
Okay.
Oh yeah.
And it's just one of my favorite movies. So I just jumped in, and I've been here. It's, I don't know how many years now, 5, 6 years, whatever it is.
Yeah, you've been there since almost the beginning of the team. You're probably one of the oldest members for sure.
Yeah, I mean, it literally was. I mean, it was day one, I believe, that teams started. So it was the first team I saw that looked appealing, and yeah, I've been here ever since.
Cool. Cool.
Yeah, Tug is the one Tug is the originator of the team. I'm sure he'll get into that. But yeah, he's been a great leader, and yeah, I mean, we'll get into the history of it here in a little bit, I'm sure.
Yeah, for sure. For sure. So, Tug, give us a little bit of background and history on yourself, and we'll talk about the team a little bit later.
Yeah. So my name's Davey. I don't mind sharing real names. Grew up in the Northwest in the US here. Was a musician, traveling active musician most of my life. Now it's just kind of background type stuff, kind of work a straight gig now, but spent about 25 years touring and just traveling the world and living a very carefree life. And then once that slowed down, kind of settled down into a straight gig. I'm a machinist. I run a machine shop. I got some other hobbies. Just I do a lot of mechanical based stuff. So I build cars and stuff like that. I got a couple muscle cars in the garage and a couple of mini bikes, and just like to have fun. That's me in a nutshell.
What muscle cars do you have? Just quietly.
I've got a 1968 GTO with a big old blower hanging out of the hood, and then I got a 69 Z28 Camaro.
Oh, see, my favorite
All about
was
the
68 Camaro was my favorite.
That's a good one.
Yeah, very nice. Very nice.
Yeah. So that's my main life stuff. And then as far as a little bit of the game stuff, so I did play HCR1 very minimally. It was in the fall of 2016. And the company I worked at, I also had a couple of coworkers that I work with, and during breaks we were looking for something to do, and I was like, oh, here's a racing game. And so we all started goofing around with HCR1. And then another guy was like, hey, there's another version of it. And I was like, well, who cares? There's, how much different can it be? And then he showed me some of the graphics. This was in fall, like probably November or so. It was like right when the game came out. I think it had been out for 2 weeks or something.
Yep.
And he played it for about a month, and then I joined. I think it was right around the holidays. So it was like the end of December of 2016 is when I first joined HCR2, and it's been a long and winding road since.
Uphill road.
Yeah.
Oh, very cool. Very cool. And Scotch, what about yourself?
I probably played HCR one, probably like 2012, 2013. I was probably pretty into that. I know when I stopped playing, I needed a new phone, and I didn't, I don't know if you could transfer accounts at that time. I don't think you could, but I wouldn't have been tech savvy enough to do it anyways. But I know
think
that
you
time
could
I
with
pretty much had
Facebook.
everything maxed. I know that Space Map. I know that was the moneymaker right there. And then I stopped playing for about 3 years, and I just happened to see that ACR2 was up, and I started playing that. But I probably had everything maxed, at least in terms of everything 20, and then team started, the parts started. I joined some random team, I don't know, some international team because I didn't know any better. I kind of got bored with it. I was getting into it, but like everybody on the team sucked and nobody talked. So after about a year, I was just looking for an American team that now this might be funny, but I was looking for a team that wasn't too good but really good. So I kind of avoided top 5, top 10 teams because I started seeing Veer on YouTube, and I was like, can't score like Veer, so I really shouldn't be on a top team. But I thought I was pretty competitive. So Huckleberry, I think at the time was like around 25 and in the standings, and they had spots open, so I just randomly joined it. I didn't even know what Discord was at the time. They had to pretty much tell me what Discord was, and I had to download Discord, and things went on from there. But that was probably about 2020.
Cool. Very cool. Okay. JR?
I have a follow-up question for each one of you. Do you have a single account or multiple accounts? And if you do, where is your other accounts at right now? Scotch?
Yeah, I have a second account. It's currently with Empire One.
Oh, wow. Empire One. Oh my gosh.
You must be skilled.
I was with Huck 2 for a while. I left Huck 2. That's the original reason why I started the account, was to take over Huck 2. But I know pretty much. I just kind of wanted to challenge myself against the top players and just kind of see how I measured up. And I've learned that it's a really humbling experience.
Mm-hmm. Is it also like, does it have a high GP also? Like, well, for sure, because it's in Empire One.
Yeah, it's about mid 13. If I had, it's like 13.4.
Mid
I'd
13.
probably say if I had maximum coins, because I only have about 20 million coins, so I've kind of conserved for all the mastery stuff. Like my main has like about 190 million coins, so I'll upgrade anytime. But I've pretty much tried to conserve and only upgrade and use coins whenever. So if I really wanted to, if I have the parts there, I just haven't upgraded a lot. It'd be pretty close to max. And I think I have like 1.2 million scrap. So it's
Oh my
just a
god.
matter of not
Oh my
using up all my
god.
coins.
Our guests are just like, wow. Okay. um, and Stanley, do you have a second account or other accounts?
No, I just have the one account. I have trouble keeping up with just this one, especially in the summertime.
Yeah.
I just get so much stuff going on in the summer that my time is limited. So
Mhm.
nope, that's the one account.
But you mentioned in our chat earlier that you have a maxed account.
It's not quite max. It's getting there.
Mid
Oh,
13s.
Yeah,
wow,
it's
that's very cool. Uh-huh. Okay. And Cowboy, how about you? Do you have other accounts?
No, just the one. I may
Oh,
eventually
Yeah.
branch out into an additional account now that I've maxed the one. But yeah,
Yeah.
for now, just one.
Have you ever thought of making another account somewhere along
Uh,
your years of playing?
I wouldn't rule it out in the future. It's a possibility.
Yeah. Okay. Cool. And Tug, you have another account.
I
Tell us
do.
where.
So I've got my main, and that's generally stayed on Huck. It's bounced around a little bit. I did start a second account back before things were this crazy. The game layout was much simpler. It was a little easier to get it going. So at one point, I had, I'd say probably before the last four cars, both counts were almost maxed. My main was maxed,
Mhm.
and the second account was almost maxed, and it's pretty close, but I just can't put the time into that one anymore. I don't
Yeah.
have the time there. That one has bounced all over the place, so I can't remember, Jackrabbit, if you were with Oz New Zealand way back when. It was before auto matching. That's where my second account, I asked some of the players on Discord if I could join the Oz New Zealand gang, and we
Mm.
actually had a great working relationship back then. So Huck and
Mm.
Oz New Zealand have a lot of history from many years back.
Oh,
And my second is
Yes.
currently there now. It's been there for a few months. So
yeah.
yeah,
I was
there was
probably
lots
in
of
team three
oh yeah,
before the
yeah, yeah.
auto matchmaking. Was I, Pete?
Yep.
I
Oh
can't
God,
remember.
it was so much work back then with the matchmaking. Like
Yeah.
I'd be up at like 2 in the morning, discording with people trying to figure it out.
Mhm.
But yeah, auto matchmaking has made life a lot simpler as far as
Yeah.
for the leaders, for sure.
Mhm. I started in Oz NC3, Team 3 with Pete. But I've
You
seen you
sure
around
did.
in the server.
Oh, okay, cool,
Yeah.
cool.
Yeah. So, what do we do next? Community question or team? But oh no, the history of their team. I
Yeah,
would
Yes,
like
let's.
to
let's do
know
that.
Yeah.
history about your team.
History
But
of the team?
wait,
Yeah.
hang on. I wanted to
Okay.
ask Pete and Eva. Can you guess what EC from EC Huckleberry stands for? Pete,
Um,
Uh,
That's
Pete,
not a
you
go
big
ahead.
bid.
first.
electric car.
That could be correct.
Um,
Could be correct. How about you, Eva?
East. I was thinking maybe Eastern Community.
That could be correct.
I also said something about a car, electric something.
I'm going to tell you
That's
guys
So,
this: whatever you come up with, whatever guess you have, it's way better than what it actually is.
Electric Cowboy.
Electric Cowboy. Oh
that's
my
that's a good
god.
one. Yeah,
Yep,
so the
that works for me.
history of the team,
European
that's
computer.
you must be on Google right now. Okay, Tag, tell us about it.
yeah. So uh I worked with a couple of coworkers, and we were all playing HCR2. And back then we didn't know
Mm,
what Discord was. We didn't
right.
know anything about anything and the gaming community stuff. It was just an app on our phones, and we would just pick a track, and we would pick a vehicle. One guy would pick a track, another guy would pick a vehicle, and the three of us would just go at it, and we would try to get like the world record score or whatever. So we kind of internally just made our own little kind of team between the three of us. And then we noticed in a lot of the listings that people had like initials like PR, there was like initials in front of the things. And
Yeah.
we were racking up a fair amount of top scores on a lot of, we would always race the weird vehicles. Like back then, before all the little doodads, you just had straight levels, the 4 levels, and the car, and just you and your driving skill. And everybody was doing like, the Formula, the Rally, like all the fast cars. Well, we would grab like the bus or something weird, and we would go set records in that. And we would end up with the top 3 scores on the global leaderboard. And it's like, well, I want these people to know that we're all connected. And so that is where the EC moniker first came from. So we started adding that in front of our names. That way, when our scores showed up on all the leaderboards, there would be those 3 ECs in a row or very close to each other near the top. And then I saw that there was an update coming out with the Teams thing. Still, we didn't know what Discord was or any of that. So I had no community to talk to or anything like that. The day Teams came out, we decided to start it. And the name, the Huckleberry part, one of our favorite movies is a movie called Tombstone. And so, famous line in there from Doc Holliday is, "I'm your Huckleberry." And we would actually say that to each other when we were racing, and one of us would beat the other one. We'd be like, "Who's your Huckleberry?" So it was already a thing. So it's like, okay, well, we already have the EC in front of our name. Let's just call it EC Huckleberry. And so we started the team with the 3 of us, and then realized you need 5 people to join a match. So
Yeah.
the only social media thing I knew where there was any other talk of this game was a Facebook page. It was just like, I can't even remember what Facebook page it is, but it was a HCR2 Facebook page, and I put an ad on there like, join Team EC Huckleberry, and the next day 47 people joined the team, and some of those people are still on the team. EC Make, he was one of the first ones that joined. But yeah, so we had 47 people instantly. And so we literally, it took us a day to get the team going. So I wasn't able to press the start match button for 24 hours or whatever. But yeah, we started it then, and it's been going pretty steadily ever since. Oh, the one key thing that made the beginning of our team travels better was the scrapper. The scrap machine had come out 9 months before the team update, and we started scrapping things that we didn't think we'd need, but we were playing the what is then, and I think still now, the public event, the weekly public event. And it's like, no, they're going to pick, weird things, and we're going to need weird vehicles. So let's not scrap anything. So everybody had 9 months to scrap all their parts on the vehicles they never used. Well, meanwhile, we were still chasing all those silly records with all the weird vehicles. So by the time teams started, the 3 of us, Mopar and Lickballs, we had parts for every vehicle, or every vehicle was built up pretty decent. And so we steamrolled through like the first 14 matches undefeated, because we would go into chat and like we'd race it. The 3 of us would race it, and then we'd tell everybody, hey, use this vehicle on this track, use this vehicle on this track. And so we started off pretty strong and started off scoring pretty well, because our garages were in such good shape compared to most of the other folks that had just been scrapping everything. So yeah, that's the basic history of the team. We've stayed as EC Huckleberry almost the entire time. There's been a couple of attempted merges. They usually just end up going kind of sour. So the last one we did didn't really end all that well. So we kind of regrouped, and we just regrouped amongst ourselves, and we just did an inner team merge. Huge help from Cowboy. None of that would have been facilitated without his tenacity and constant needling of everybody, and corralling of everybody. He's been a huge asset as far as the corralling players to kind of make that happen. So yeah, we're still going strong with 3 teams, and still got the
Wow.
name. I think next to Discord, we're the second oldest name that still exists from teams from day one. So yeah, a lot of fun history.
It is very interesting. You're
Tell
pretty
them
Yeah.
solid
EC
team.
stands for.
Well, I'll let you. I mean, it has been publicly said. It's been written in, I know it's been written in our server. People have messaged me and asked me privately. It's not too hard to put together. There was 3 of us together in the beginning. We were all working somewhere, so it's not too hard to figure out if you try.
Eric,
But the
question.
game's a lot more fun of just not openly saying it. I can't count how many times I've just gut laughed at all the weird guesses, because whenever someone new joins the server, it's like, hey, what's EC stand for? And then just this cattle call of random names that begin with an E and begin with a C pour out, and it's always good for a laugh. So we're always open to new suggestions for what the actual name is.
So that sounds a lot like a Reese answer. Yes, no, maybe.
Okay,
It
to
was a
everyone,
very long-winded non-answer.
and now to everyone who will be listening on this episode, put it in the comment section, and you'll get a prize from Tug if you'll be able to guess it.
Yeah, some people on our team know it. But many don't. And there's probably some people outside of the team that know it too. If you message me privately, I will tell you what it means. I have no problems telling you. But
We can
some
make this.
folks have asked that I don't reveal it on the podcast. So
We could make it 18 plus if that's the case.
okay, yeah.
Do you know what it is, Jack Rabbit?
No, I honestly
You
don't want
don't?
to.
You'll have to tell us afterwards, once we're not recording anymore.
Can do.
Yep.
Sounds good.
Okay.
Sounds good. All right.
I have a follow-up question since we're on the teams. You had started recently this EC Huckleberry official Can Anyone Beat Moximan contest. It's from August 29 to 31. I wanted to ask Stanley because he sent me an invite. I'm sorry if I didn't reply, but I'm not sure if Eva joined. Is this a tournament open to everyone or amongst your team or and there's a prize. That's very cool. Who is Moximan also? Stanley?
Okay. Okay. Well, let me get into that. For the let's see, since this last June, July, and August, and it's something I've done in the past too.
Yeah.
I've kind of hosted a tournament, and it's generally for Huckleberry players. You know, it's a little loose. If there's someone we want to invite in, that's fine. The winner from June and July was one of our teammates, Moxie Man. So when I made the poster for this month's, I just called it the Who Can Beat Moxie Man contest. So we'll see if somebody can beat him. I'm going to give it my best. Man, his track for this month is really tough. But yeah, it's something we're I'm going to do it hopefully every month. Me and a few other guys, Cowboy has chipped in. We've ponied up just a little bit of money, and we're able to get VIP for the winner in the form of either a Google Play card or an Apple card. So yeah, and last month we had enough people donate that we were able to just choose some random winners too. We paid first through fourth place, and then I think we had 3 random winners or 3 just random people from the rest of the participants. So it's something I'm hoping every month we're going to get more and more people involved, and it's just kind of something fun for being on Huckleberry. It's one of the perks.
Yeah.
That's nice. Very nice. Well, I must say I've had a play and I've put a score on all 4 tracks.
Oh.
Yeah, I've had a score on all 4 tracks. The Moxie Man track is calling it hard is like saying getting to the moon is easy. It is, yeah. So there's no fuel. You got to go backwards. You got to go forwards. You got to and the challenge was finished. The track was finished by the glider, and I tried with the glider and couldn't finish it, but I managed to finish it. I was pretty happy with it. What I might do is I will post my video of the run, my replay. I will post that in the YouTube video chat because it was extremely hard.
There were some fuel cans, but they were at the finish line.
Yeah. There was 2 fuel cans, right, just before you finished, to say nah.
Well,
And it's 1,000 meter run, and you need a couple of boosts to get to the end. It's just it's a whole heap of pain, but it was a really, really cool track. I must say, I really enjoyed playing it, and I really enjoyed trying to find where I could get time and where I could get better or worse or whatever. So yeah, lots of fun. Props to Moxie Man for making it. That was fantastic.
Yeah, that one's they're not generally that tough, but when you win back-to-back months, you can you can make a track how you want, I guess. That's how we're doing
it. Fair enough. So yeah, no, lots and lots of fun. Lots and lots of fun. So yeah, Pete, did you have a try?
I tried the first track, didn't finish it, and trying to climb a hill without fuel just didn't really work. Second track, that was a lot better, and I haven't tried the third or fourth yet. I'll get to those after the podcast, I reckon.
Yeah, I must say the water track was fantastic.
Mm-hmm. I do love a good water track, so I might have to give that a try.
And one of my favorite vehicle, the jet ski / snow ski / whatever else you want to call it.
Snowmobile.
Yeah, the snowmobile. It's one of my favorite vehicles to have fun with, especially on a water track. So yeah, it was very cool.
Yeah, same.
Yeah, very cool.
Jack Rabbit, are you going to have a go at it?
I am not.
You should. If you finish the first track, I'll be very, very happy.
Pete knows I'm not the competitive kind, but for you, Pete, I would do it.
Excellent.
Okay, so should we start on the questions?
I think we should.
Yeah.
Sounds good.
Because there's been a long list of questions.
Yes. I guess I'll start.
Mhm.
This one is from Cap A, and it seems like it's for tuggers. How many nuts do you tug?
All of them.
What is your favorite nut to tug?
Both of them, I guess.
I was thinking maybe peanuts or cashew.
Oh, those nuts.
Why is your name Tugrnutz?
Okay, so yeah, that is from another movie. There's a movie called Tropic Thunder.
Oh, yes.
And it's a hilarious movie. I don't know if you guys have seen it or not.
Yeah.
But Ben Stiller's character name is Tug Speedman. He's an actor trying to make a movie in the jungle, and it just goes crazy. His overzealous manager, Matthew McConaughey, at one point calls him, "What's up, Tugrnuts?" And ever since I heard that, I was like, oh, that's brilliant. And so I just adopted that because it's goofy, it's fun, and now I'm stuck with it. So that's what it is.
Excellent.
Yeah.
All right.
Okay,
Who wants to go next?
Maybe I should.
Maybe you should. Yeah, why not?
Okay, here is by the way, these questions are from the EC Huckleberry server. Question from EC Sir Darko. What does EC actually stand for? Tell us in the comment section if you have any idea. How much money have you spent on each CR2 just to make just make a guess if you aren't sure. I'll ask Cowboy first.
Um, I plead the fifth.
I was waiting for that answer.
Yeah, good idea.
I
What?
will
What?
say, this is Tug. I will say in the beginning of the game, as soon as like VIP came out, I was a VIP member on both accounts for months. I mean, probably over a year and a half or two,
Mhm.
just to speed them up, speed up
Yeah, yeah.
accounts. I think I stopped counting how much money I spent once it passed like $1,500 worth of coin packages and stuff. I will say, probably the last, I don't know, 8 months, I just stopped spending money in game. I'm just playing it as a player. I watch the ads. It just got a little crazy with the masteries and the pay to play for me. So I've just kind of reduced my ceiling to whatever's capable just in game for free, basically.
Mhm.
Fair enough.
Yeah.
Fair
Ask
enough.
Scotch, what about you? Do you remember how much you've spent?
No, I've done a lot of VIP and I've bought some gem packages. It's probably in the $300 to $400 range if I had to guess.
Okay. It's good. Stanley?
I would have to say it's somewhere between $600 and $1,000. I've been playing for 5 or 6 years. I don't have the VIP all the time, but I'd say 8 months or so out of the year I'll get the VIP. And then the last few months I've went ahead and got the diamond VIP just to to make the masteries go a little bit quicker. But this
Yeah,
is
yeah.
this is the last month that I'm going with the diamond because I'm close to caught up. So
Okay. Next question. Who is the best overall player, including adventure, time attack, team event, wheelie, etc.? I would like to ask Scotch, as you're the leader of the team, who do you think is the best overall player?
I guess just because he was mentioned earlier, I mean, give him some props too. But probably Moxie Man is probably our best overall player, and I hate to admit this, but he's probably even better than me if he had all the mastery. So he's
Yeah,
he's a
he would be dangerous if he was fully loaded.
Oh.
I beat him most of the time, but I have 100% of the mastery. I'm pretty much max GP, but he's a way better player than I am. He's just kind of behind on mastery and doesn't have the time to play. But he's, in my opinion, probably the best overall player on our team. Now, if Jeezy was still on our team, I'd probably say Jeezy, but probably on our current team, probably Moxie Man.
I
Cool.
agree with that sentiment.
Mm-hmm. Next question. I like this one. Favorite place you have vacationed? Stanley.
oh, I don't do a lot of vacations. In the summertime, uh, I play, and this is gonna sound silly. I'm a professional mini golfer. It's it's an actual thing.
Mm-hmm.
Um, and in the summers, not this year because because I'm recovering from knee surgery. But in the years past, I go to Myrtle Beach, South Carolina, in October and play the Masters of Mini Golf. So
Ooh.
we actually get players from all over the world come in and
Wow.
battle it out over 4 days in beautiful Myrtle Beach, and hope we don't get hit by
Mhm.
a hurricane.
That sounds like fun. Do you have like really tricky holes that you got to go through obstacles? Like on Happy
Um,
Gilmore, how he goes through the fallen tower?
It's not quite like that. The courses are set up. They're not the you don't have the clown's mouth and the stuff like that. But I mean, we are. It's a really dedicated bunch. I mean, we take the game seriously. We take as odd as that sounds, as silly as that sounds, we put a lot of time and a lot of effort into it. And which means like when I go down to Myrtle Beach for the tournament, I'm getting there. I'd like to get there 2 weeks ahead of time if I can. I get there at least a week ahead of time, and I'll spend 8 to 10 hours a day playing the 3 courses that we're going to have to play for the tournament.
Yeah.
So that's why I was saying earlier. In the summers, I don't have a lot of time because it's definitely a time consuming thing. But instead of vacations, that's what I do. I go around in the summer throughout the Midwest and then the East Coast, playing in putting tournaments.
Excellent. I actually played mini golf a couple of days ago with the wife, and she'd never played before.
Uh-huh.
So that was an interesting experience for her. She actually got a hole in one.
Wow.
Yeah,
Right.
on a tricky, like you got to hit it and then it comes out of a random hole.
Mm.
So yeah,
Well-
hers just happened to land in the hole.
Well, tell her a pro mini golfer said congratulations.
Will do.
But a pro mini golfer would have also said, "Now do it again." Yeah, that was good. Now do it again. No, that's very interesting. Playing the course beforehand, getting the side angles, the lines, the fall, all of that stuff. That's pretty interesting.
Exactly. We I actually I mark everything down in a notebook, and and I'll just build up that notebook over my practice time, and studying notes. I mean, like I said, we take it pretty seriously.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Okay, what about Cowboy? Where is your favorite place that you have vacationed?
I'm a business entrepreneur. I work for myself. What's a vacation?
Oh.
I would say the most fondest family vacation would be taking my kids to Disney World when they were kids.
Mm. Yeah, that looks fun. That sounds fun.
My wife and I have 6 children. They're all grown.
Oh, wow.
Oh wow.
Wow. That's good. Okay. Tug, what about you?
Me, I would say my favorite place to just go and unplug. I love the tropics. I like to do Hawaii. Like Kauai is my favorite island to just go for like a week and just chill out, do nothing.
Place. Okay, I will ask I will ask Scotch last because I've chatted for a while and I learned that his wife is also a Filipino like me. So the question is, where is your favorite place? If you could go on a vacation and a place that you have vacationed before, which is your favorite? Scotch.
I guess in terms of a place I'd like to go, the Philippines is definitely one place, and would like to bring the kids at some point. So
Yeah.
I know her dad still lives out there right now. So he moved back a few years ago after he retired. So hopefully that.
Oh.
I guess in terms of the place that I go to a lot is probably Key West, Florida. I have my mom lives there, my sister lives there, so I have 2 houses that I can stay at, and it makes it a lot cheaper.
Nice.
Yes. Yeah. Yeah, the next question is, what is the team's strongest and weakest team event game mode? I will ask Tug.
Oh man, I'm gonna defer that one to Scotch.
Scotch, okay, let's do it, Scotch.
I'd probably say I'd like to avoid wheelie a lot of times. And time attack is probably not a strength of mine either. I usually do pretty good on the long jumps. And I like the kangaroo, though I'm not great at it.
That's
Mhm.
my weak link. Anything Kanga, I am just all thumbs, not the good kind.
Yep. Yep.
Mhm.
Yep. Yep.
Yeah, Kanga definitely depends on the track for me. There's definitely certain tracks that as much as I think it's fun, I'm not going to do well.
Mhm. Okay, his next question is for Tug. What was your favorite live performance in Everclear?
Oh boy, there's a lot to choose from. I would say the most memorable, just because of the scenario, was playing Woodstock 99, just because of the sheer volume of people. You know, it was like 100 and some thousand screaming fans in front of you. That was a truly incredible experience performance wise. The other thing that kind of equals that was back then, you know, wasn't really a lot of internet or whatever. So like live TV was the thing. So the late night TV shows like Dave Letterman and Jay Leno and Conan O'Brien. It was always a real special thing. It was really stressful to do those recordings. You don't get a chance to redo anything. It's all shot live. And you'd wrap and then you'd go have out nice dinner and go drink with all your buds. And then you'd go back to your hotel room and you'd watch TV that night and you'd get to see yourself on TV. And that was just really satisfying. It was a really good feeling. So yeah, I would say Woodstock, and then anytime performing on TV was always great.
That is cool. What kind of instrument do you play?
So with
hang
Everclear,
on.
What?
So you played on Everclear.
I played with Everclear. I was the touring guitarist with Everclear from
Oh.
1998 till 2002.
That's freaking amazing.
Yeah, it was fun. It was fun. I was a musician, obviously, prior to that, and I had friends that worked for me. Some of my crew started working for their band. And as my other band wound down, I was basically without a band or a gig. But I knew all those guys. Like the drummer from Everclear had played with some of my other bands before, and I knew the bass player. He used to come to my shows in Spokane. And so I just put it out there, hey, do you guys need like a guitar tech? And they were like, yeah, we're actually short a person. And so for the first 8 months of me touring with them, I was actually the one tuning guitars and doing all the stage gear, like doing all the setup and breakdown. And the guitarist at the time quit, and I was just out to lunch with Art Alexakis, the main guy, the singer, songwriter, creator of the band. And he's like, do you want to play guitar? And I was like, oh, I always like to play guitar. And he's like, no, do you want to play guitar? And I was like, well, like at your house, you want to jam or something? He's like, no, you idiot. Do you want to play guitar in Everclear? And I was like,
Oh, wow.
yes. And he's like, okay. And he made a phone call. He called his manager. He's like, hey, you know, bump Davy's pay, make sure he's first class tickets on all the flights, and, you know, make sure he's scheduled with everything from here out as the guitar player. And he's like, where do you want to eat? And I was like, what just happened? Like I was totally
That's
confused.
cool.
Yeah, and so from that point on, I played guitar with them, and I had one hell of a time. The next 4 years was just a wild, wild ride, and I always had a blast in Australia. So
Awesome.
very fond to me.
Please share some pictures.
Yeah,
It's okay.
I'll post up some photos or something when we're done on
If you,
somewhere
uh,
on your.
if you guys go to YouTube and just put in Everclear Woodstock 99, there's good videos, and you can see Tug throwing water
Yep.
bottles out to the crowd and playing guitar. It's pretty cool.
Yeah, I forgot that's
Nice.
on there. Yeah, that was a great show. Great show. Great time.
Wow, that is pretty
Will
awesome.
do. I'll do that.
I had
Yeah.
no idea.
Oh, cool. Yeah,
You've been
some
on my
people
team
in
for
the
how long
game
now?
know it and some don't. A lot of people on our team are aware of my past or my history, but I don't think not everybody on the team. And it's also an age gap thing too. There's a lot of younger players that probably don't remember that era, but obviously any of the more older players, they're very well aware of who Everclear was. So yeah, it's kind of a fun little artifact of our band and our family, you know.
So there are some young people right now that would go, "You used to do what with that plastic thing with magnetic ribbon in it? You used to do what with
Exactly. Exactly.
it?" Yeah. Or you had flat plastic that you couldn't take anywhere, and you couldn't play it unless it was flat and stable, and you couldn't dance on the floor if it wasn't, insulated from the shock and vibration. That's just
Right,
weird.
right.
It's just weird, Why would you put music on that such vinyl stuff, Oh my
Yeah, I
God.
know.
Yeah.
Kids today will never know the joy of having to go to a record store and actually buy it and then go home and play it. Now it's
Yep.
just all instant gratification.
And not only that, recording it from vinyl onto a tape deck.
Yeah,
So then
exactly.
you could put it in your Walkman
Yep,
and
mixtapes.
listen to it while you were riding a bike or something like that. Oh my God.
Yeah.
Oh my God. Yeah. Oh my God. Wow.
I
That is.
still have stacks of CDs and stacks of albums and stacks of cassettes in a closet in my house.
Wow.
Yeah. Wow. Yeah. Wow.
Very cool.
Yeah.
Do you have any more questions, Eva? Should we proceed?
No, you can go. You
Uh,
can go. Go on.
Okay, so this last question from Sir Darko is for Scotch. Have you ever gotten drunk on Scotch?
Absolutely. Now, I will just say, just for the record, Scotch is my dog. He's currently 15, Jack Russell Chihuahua. But he was named after the liquor beverage. That is certainly correct. So, but yes, I have drank in my fair share of Scotch, preferably single malt, but it's all good. But yes, many times.
Scotch, didn't you also have issues with your name and Fingersoft because they thought it was booze related?
Yeah, that's actually one of the reasons why I'll never change it ever again. So when I first added the EC, they blocked me from putting the name on because I tried to change it. So I went to like some version of like Scotchy or something like that. They call them that. And I had to email Fingersoft customer service, and I was like, "Hey, I've had this name for like 4 years. Can I have it back?" And I was just like, Scotch is my dog. And they actually did let me have it back, but for whatever reason, like every couple months, they would block my name and require me to change it, and I would have to then reach out again to Fingersoft. And I've had this problem with both my accounts. So I haven't had a problem, at least for the last 2 or 3 years, but I probably had to reach out to customer service at least 7 or 8 times to get my
Oh
name back.
gosh.
And luckily they have. So I guess I just assume that that you're not going to see any other name with a liquor type name. So I know nobody's really copying me because apparently they can't get the name anyways.
All right.
That's one way of making sure there's no 4 million Scotches.
And nobody's like,
It's not like yeah. Oh, that's cool.
Well, Fingersoft is listening, so just give the man his name, and leave him alone. So, Eva, it's your turn to ask the
exactly.
question.
I mean,
Yeah.
I had
Okay.
the name for like 4
Go
years
on.
before I had EC, and I was like, suddenly it's a problem. So, but luckily they were pretty good about giving it back to me. Of 100% confidence on Fingersoft to do the right thing, but I was very surprised and pleased that they did allow me to keep the name.
That's good.
All right. So here's a general discussion. We can all pitch in here. Moxie Man, thanks for the podcast questions, Moxie Man, and thanks for that horrendous track. I mean, great track. He's asked the question, and this is a two-part question: favorite or best mastery, but also if you think mastery is worth the effort if your GP is low, under 8K, for example. So let's hear from Scotch first.
I'd probably say in terms of mastery, I've driven monster truck and probably racing truck a lot more since mastery was added. So I just liked how they really upgraded the vehicles on that. And I do agree that if you're low GP, you probably should be focusing on the other parts of the vehicles instead of mastery. And it's just amazing in this game that, I mean, really, if you really want to master, get a like max GP, you really do have to put in like 3+ years. It's crazy the amount of time that it does take to really be competitive. I mean, you can look at any of the top CC teams, and there's nobody under 10K GP. So, you should really just focus on growing first before you really, take the next step and really focus on mastery, would be my opinion. And I'm just glad I did both accounts before mastery, because it's just insane. Like, it'd be so depressing. Like, every time, you have you hit the goal and you're like, I don't have the money to upgrade. And if you don't upgrade it, then you can't even build on the next one. So
yeah, for sure.
Yeah, I've got so many coins. This is Tug. I got so many coins that I can't even spend them. My deal is I just don't have the time. Like, I do not have the time to grind every vehicle out. So I've only got like the first mastery done on a lot of them. There's a few that I probably have 8 maybe finished, but I just can't keep up with the masteries. I had maxed account, so I can still do okay, but it's been tough to keep up if you're not a full-fledged, be able to grind for hours a day. Or if you pay, I guess if you have the doubler or quadrupler, it's easier, but if you're just someone playing, it's definitely tough to keep up with masteries for sure.
Yep. Yeah, definitely. What about you, Cowboy?
Yeah, definitely. Smaller GP players need to focus on, upgrading vehicles and their parts, and especially follow the guidelines of, what's exactly used in the team events. Because if you're just upgrading random vehicles, it's not necessarily helping you in the team events, because those vehicles, some are used more than others. Then later on, once you start maxing these vehicles and these parts, then focus on that mastery. But it's difficult trying to juggle it all at once.
I think that's where I lucked out with my second account. It was net because teams were already out. And so when I started building that account, I only upgraded. That was my rule. Only upgrade what's used in a team event. And once my account got to back when 10K was the ceiling. Once it got to about 6,500, it was just as competitive as my main, because I only upgraded what was being used. So if you do pay attention to what's being used in team event only, it is easier, because you only need to upgrade. Literally, it was like 25% of the parts are about all that got used.
Yep. No, I must say, I did that with my alt as well. I mean, it's now grown into the 12s, I think, low 12s. But it was just, only upgrade a part if it was needed in a team event. And even
Yeah, I was
then,
surprised at how few parts you actually needed.
yeah. And the other thing I would try was also get around not using that part at all, and see if I could do, if there was another line that could get me like 75% or 85% of the score, with what should we call it? With a different part, and not having to buy or upgrade that part. So yeah, that's one of the things that I tend to think about as well. It's upgrade what you need, not everything. Yeah.
Yep.
And you, Stanley?
I like the racing truck. That's probably my favorite, though. Like Scott said, the monster truck too. They're both just beasts, and a lot of fun. Hit those jumps and just fly in that monster truck is really fun. And what Tug was saying, I definitely agree with that. If you're a young, a smaller GP, just pay attention to what's being used in the events more often, and focus on those. And the when the GP gets there, then you'll have room for masteries for sure.
Yep. Yeah, for sure. And who haven't I asked? Scotch, Tugger, Stanley, Cowboy. yeah, I think that's it.
What
Pete,
about
your
you?
question?
What's your mastery?
I have mastered all the vehicles on my main account, and my second account is almost 95% across all the vehicles.
What's your
Um,
go-to?
Sorry.
What's your go-to mastery vehicle?
I'm always a big fan of the Rock Bouncer. I was a big fan of Rock Bouncer when it first came out, and they mastered it, and I thought, well, they made it a little bit better, but it was still pretty powerful to start with. It kind of replaces rally car if I'm doing cups or if I'm doing adventure. It was the first vehicle I got, even without mastery, to do 10k in the beach adventure theme.
Nice.
And then once I did that with the beach, the rest of them followed, because it was like, oh, well, once you get past that, it's easy. And I was struggling to get past that last, this one spot. And, once you got past it, it was easy. And I'm like, oh, well, okay, well, now I just got to remember to get past that bit, So, but yeah, and then Racing Truck was a really good upgrade. Made it, usable in both cups and adventure and in team events as well.
Yeah, getting rid of the wind resistance thing on the truck helped a ton.
Helped a ton. Yeah. But yeah, in terms of, I don't spend a lot of time playing the game. I wait until the XP doubler weekends, and I have VIP, a diamond VIP on my old account to help build XP over that weekend only. So yeah, I've kind of caught up in certain places, but only because of the diamond VIP, to be honest.
I'm gonna have to buckle at some point and pay for VIPs because I am so far behind on masteries.
Yeah,
I'm caught up on mastery.
Yeah,
I don't know how you do it, Cowboy.
One vehicle at a time.
Yep.
Yeah. I
And
basically get like the first block, the first one done, and then I'm like, okay, on to the next one because I'm behind. So most of my vehicles just have the first one unlocked.
Yeah, I get bored. All right, I think it's my turn,
I'm
isn't
caught
it?
up, but I'm coin poor. I'm always coin poor. I got about 2.5 million coin, but that's about it.
Yep.
All right, so this one is from Moxie Man. It's more of a sentence with a question attached. So here we go. Because I don't know if this is worth talking about, but I'm a ticket spender. Pretty much never have more than 5 special tickets to my name. I know the logical thing is to only spend tickets on track 3 or 4 when the run is going well, but every once in a while I'll get spontaneous and spend a ticket just to make another run. I only do this if I have 2 tickets so I can redo a track if I need to, and only when I have a burning desire to make another run because I can feel that I've got the muscle memory down and will likely make a good run. I've had surprisingly good results with this method. Not every time, but frequently. Does anyone else do this?
Let's start with Scotch. Tell everyone how many tickets you have, Scotch.
Well, I'd say only on my main, I have about 330.
Oh my god.
And
I cannot save those special tickets.
Yeah, I'd love to give them away. My alt has, I think, about 7 weeks.
I feel
many,
like
sorry?
there's 2 breeds. Oh, go ahead, Scotch.
How many tickets was your most?
Oh, just like my second's 476. Probably on that account though, I literally did not use a ticket for like the first time I had the account. And I'm just kind of, I don't know. I guess I'm kind of a hoarder. You could talk to my spouse. I'm a hoarder in real life too. But I don't know. I feel like I do a lot more where like I'm only using it on really like the 3rd or 4th track, or usually as long as I can track, I might use it. But yeah, I guess. I mean, I would tell people that they should probably have at least 5 to 10, especially because I love when people share these screenshots and they're like, "Oh man, I was doing so well," and you see that they have 0 or 1 tickets, and you're like, "Dude, that's why you have tickets, is for those exact moments." But I do agree with Moxie Man. I try not to waste them, and probably cost me a few times. But there's also those times where you use like 3 tickets and you don't improve your score. So, and I've certainly pulled some good scores off the board where I'm like, "That's a great score, but I really want an awesome score." And then you screw up, and you don't even get your good score. So yeah, I'm pretty conservative with my tickets, and I probably only use them on the long run.
I almost feel like there's 2 main breeds of people on that topic. There's people like Scotch who have more than enough to take care of business, and then there's people that have 0. Like one of our old players, great player, Jeezy, he never had tickets. He was always at 0 or 1. Scotch always had hundreds. It's just a huge dichotomy. I myself try to never go below 10. I usually have anywhere between 10 and 20 tickets, and it never goes above that and it doesn't go below that. I just balance it at 10 to 20 in the pocket. And there will be some matches where I'll blow all 4.
You know, if Fingersoft wanted to make some real money, they'd make packs with special tickets.
I'm sure that's around the corner.
And then take off the limit again.
Oh,
you can
that
spend
God,
more
I
than
remember
4
when
per match.
when there was no limit, that was nuts.
That was.
Yeah, you could use like 20 or 30 tickets
at one time. Yeah, because it kept multiplying.
We used to have the team rule on Huckleberry is you had to keep at least 5 tickets in the coffers just for that match where it come right down to it. We'd put the ball out, everybody cash the tickets in.
I think I
Yeah,
had
that
one.
was the unwritten rule.
Yeah. Well, my plan on tickets is usually I don't play a ticket until I'm in T4 or T5 with a decent score, and I don't progress from T1 to T2 unless I've got a better score than what I had. So I tend not to use tickets, but there have been events where I've used all 4, and I'm like, yeah. But I'm in the 30s or high 30s at the moment on both accounts.
I'm sitting on 100. 100's a good number.
Yeah, I try to maintain 40, but when I usually use mine, there's usually a lot of swearing happening when I'm using it because I tend to use it in a rage situation where it's like and then I use all 3 of them. Use 3 tickets and then don't improve. And
you swear in Italian like Eva.
Oh yeah. My girlfriend knows when I'm playing HCR2 because I swear in Italian at the game, and she knows straight away. She goes, "Yep, you're playing a team event, aren't you?" Yes, I am. Yeah, so no, all good. JR, your question?
I would like to combine the next 2 questions from JP Make and EC Uncle. So the questions are: how are other 2 founding members, Mopar and USAC Balls, doing? Why did they stop playing? And the history of the founding members, co-leaders, and the new blood that has joined. Scotch.
Really, Tug's a better answer on that one in terms of the other founding members.
I think the
Yeah,
question
I'll fill in on that one. So the 3 of us, as I stated earlier, myself and Mopar and Lickballs, we started the team, and we were all very active for a long time, years and years into the game. But eventually, Mopar. So we all worked together at the same company, so we would actively race during breaks and lunches, and that's when most of our gaming happened, was during breaks and lunches at work. Well, he quit and he moved out of state, and without me to kind of cajole them, and I'd be like, "Hey, have you done the team event yet?" "Oh no." So I constantly had to kind of pester those 2 to to play and to be a little more committed to the game, because they were very casual players. They were good players, but they didn't put a lot of effort into it. They were just naturally pretty good at it and could do well when they played, but they didn't really want to put the time into it. So without Mopar being in close proximity to me, he just faded out, and eventually he would move down a team, and then pretty soon he wasn't on a team, and he hasn't played the game for probably a year or more. He's missing a lot of vehicles. And then I still work with Lick Balls, but he has reduced his gaming time and phone time down to basically nothing. So him and I will race the community once in a while. We'll do the public once in a while, but he's not on any teams anymore. He has most of the vehicles. He's missing the Bolt. He's still a great player, but since he doesn't play and since the game took such a sharp ramp of needing screen time to keep up, he's way behind now also. So they're both doing well in real life. I still talk to both of them all the time, and but they just don't game as much in HCR2 anymore. But they're both doing good.
Good to hear.
And I can't remember what the other part of that question was.
He was talking about the new blood. Who is the new blood?
I'll defer that to Scotch and Cowboy because those two are doing a smash up job at leading things these days. I'm just kind of in the back row watching.
I'll ask Cowboy.
Well, we actually have quite a few up and coming players that we never see the same podium twice in a row. It's always, you may see one or two guys up there all the time, but it's usually, somebody different every time. It's a real competitive team. There's a lot of smaller GP players that put up some awesome scores that really impress, and it's just a great team.
Yeah,
Yeah,
those
we've
kinds of
got some great young players that are doing really well with low GP.
That's very cool.
Yeah, probably in terms of that, one of our best younger players is probably Darko.
Yeah, I agree with that.
That's just what I was about to go with that. Because what talking about earlier, we were talking about Moxie Man might be our best, our best all around player. I'd say our best pound for pound player is Sir Darko, because his GP is not that high, and he's a danger when he gets that 13 GP with all the masteries. I mean, he's gonna be a beast.
Yeah, he
Okay,
is
I'm
a beast already.
I've got max GP. I'm maxed on mastery, and I struggle sometimes to keep up with this guy.
Yeah, he's good. He's good.
Okay.
And I dare say too, just to give him a little props to Darko, he's probably one of our few leaders that's not above 18. And so
Yeah,
I
he's
think
done really well. He started out low in the lower teams, and he was always super active, and he was always is super dedicated to us, which I totally appreciate. He's one of the ones that's literally come up from the bottom and just worked his way up into one heck of a player and team person.
Right. Yeah, he was in Hut 3 when I started there.
Okay, cool. Shout out to these amazing players from EC Huckleberry. Eva, it's your turn to ask the next one.
Here is a question from Silk42. Thanks for the question, Silk42. Fingersoft has said that the new vehicle starts with 3 letters. According to Fingersoft David, it is one of the options in the following list. And I'll start from the top down. It's ATV, UFO, CAR, UAV, SUV, AUV. And notice none of them have EC in them. So, what are your thoughts? And we'll start with Scotch.
I'm gonna go with ATV.
Okay.
I think that'd be at least a different vehicle, maybe. I hope they don't do something crazy like UFO.
Okay. Well, Tug, what about you?
I was thinking ATV as well, just like a quad, something that doesn't seem unreasonable.
Nice. Stanley?
I think they're going to come out with some kind of SUV. That's.
I thought the Raider was an
It's also
SUV.
it's kind of what I hope doesn't happen, but it probably will.
Yeah. And what about you, Cowboy?
I'm going to go with. I have absolutely no idea.
Okay. All right. That's option 7. So, all right. All good. Yeah. Excellent. Now, he also has a follow-up question. Since we're discussing new vehicles, do you have a favorite and or least favorite method of unlocking a new vehicle, i.e. coins, public event, blueprints, legendary chests, other? I think we've kind of covered this where people aren't paying for stuff. So if we're not paying for stuff, we're probably going to do it in wherever we need to get to them.
I just unlock it in the public event. I know it's usually available a week before, but that's how I do it. I just unlock it in the public.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I do the same thing. Just grind that week and make sure I get it in the public, and that way, you get the most time to start adding parts to it.
Yeah.
In the old days, you could buy it with coins, and so I would just buy it, but that all got shuffled around.
Yep. Yeah, for sure. Anyone else have any other ways of getting the new vehicles?
Cowboy's going to plead the fifth on that one.
No, it's PE. That's where I've gotten most of mine is the PE.
Yeah, public event. Yep. Yeah, for sure. For sure. Okay. Pete, your question.
Alrighty. I'm going to skip the one from Jackrabbit so she can answer it. This one is from Kiwi from Team Empire. Should Huckleberry have considered mergers years earlier? The team was against them forever. I believe the team is better for not merging again and again.
I will say I led the team for years and attempted multiple merges, and there was just always so much drama and strings. It was just easier to not merge. In some senses, that left us behind because teams just kept combining and getting stronger, and then 2 combined teams would combine and get stronger, and so forth. And that's how you end up with those, super teams up at the top. But for us, I don't know, in my opinion, it just almost ended up being more like kind of family values. We generally just kept the name and just kind of did what we could do. And so there would have been pros to merging if a core of players cared about climbing the ladder that high, but my core values ended up being just keeping good family and good times together. And so we can't always hang on to the best players because everyone wants to go to the top teams. And we have had dozens of the top tier players come through Huckleberry on their way to greener pastures, so to speak. So I'm grateful for all those amazing players that have passed through our team. And, some of them come back and visit once in a while. So that's where I feel about it. I'm not really down with merging. I'm just into keeping a nice, healthy family kind of environment and just keeping it old school. I mean, that's where my head's at with it lately.
One of the cool things about Huckleberry is it's not that we were ever opposed to merging. It's that we never looked at it as out of desperation. We need to make a merge or, XYZ. And it's just, we were open to it in the past, but it had to make perfect sense for us, and they usually didn't. So, in the long run, in the long run, I think it's been great because, like Tug was saying, we have a big core of players that are just loyal. We're not going anywhere. It's a nice kind of family to build around.
Awesome. All right, Jack Rabbit, I think it's your turn.
It's my turn. Let's do a fun question. None each to question. This is my own question for all the guests and hosts except me. When you think back 20 to 25 years, what were your Saturday nights like? Eva.
Oh my God, you went me first. Okay.
Oh.
Okay, 25 years ago. 25 years ago was 2000. I was married. My Saturday nights was entertaining people playing PlayStation 1. Before it was called a PlayStation 1 because there was no such thing as a PS2. And I was discovering the MX5, the original first MX5 that I had. So yeah, that was 20 years ago. Yeah, it was 25 years ago. It was a long time ago. So that's kind of me.
Wow. Great. I'm going to ask Stanley next.
See, 25 years ago, if it was summertime, I was probably at a music festival or out touring with the band Fish. I worked as a glass blower for a long time, and that's how I made my money. I would make glass pipes and then go out and sell them on the road, and have a lot of fun doing it. A lot of the times I don't remember, but I'm told I had a great time. And then in the winter, this is back before I was a competitive mini golfer. I played competitive foosball. I played, table soccer. So in the winter, on a Saturday night, you would have found me at a bar somewhere, mixed up in a game of foosball.
That is so
There you
cool.
go.
That is so cool. Cowboy, what about you?
25 years ago, I was, just raising children. That's about it.
Yeah. Yeah, really. They were still young back then, like just small kids.
25 years ago, I still had 2 more coming.
Oh wow, you were busy. You're a busy man. um, what were you doing 25 years ago?
Well, 20 years ago, I would have been still in high school. So that would have been me going to bars, I reckon,
Mm-hmm.
and not getting asked for ID, where my 18-year-old friend was getting asked for ID. Yeah, I was 17 at the time, so shouldn't have been able to get them, but I was. I had facial hair, so got that.
What about Tug?
25 years ago, literally sex, drugs, and rock and roll. Except that was like 7 nights a week, not one night a week.
7 nights a week. Oh my god. Yep. Yep. That's what happens when you're young. And
Oh yeah.
Scott.
Living the rock star lifestyle.
Mm-hmm.
I was in college at the time, so doing soccer, fraternity, school, working at the gym. So that was, I guess, the heyday, I guess.
Mm-hmm.
I love how
Mm-hmm.
different all of our 25 year ago stories are. It's
You
great.
know? Yeah. Okay, that's it.
Okay,
It's
so
your
that's
turn, Eva.
my turn. Okay. Here is a question from EC Wheezy. I would like to know which games do the leaders play besides HCR2 if it hadn't been asked already. So thanks for the question, Wheezy. So that's kind of directed at you, Scotch. You're one of the leaders. So what do you play outside of HCR2?
Words with Friends. And
Oh,
that's
wow.
how it ends.
And that's how it ends. Wow. Interesting.
That's a Facebook game, isn't it?
It's like a Scrabble. Okay.
Yeah, but is it on your Facebook friends? You play with your Facebook friends, or is it just a?
Probably. I'll play with a lot of random people.
Okay.
Play with my mom. Play with some friends. But yeah, I don't check it all the time. I actually have it on my old phone. So I have 3 phones that I use with my kids. I use them as almost like tablets, and it's my oldest phone. So sometimes I don't really check it very often with Words of Friends, but I try to play like every 5 to 7, 10 days just to make sure my games don't time out. And sometimes I forget, sometimes I don't. But that's pretty much the only game I play besides HCR2.
Any of the other players want to chip in?
Yeah. I am not the gaming type at all. I've never owned like a PlayStation or any of that. So the only things I really do is HCR2. That's my main gaming thing, just on my phone. Yep. So pretty simple in that section of things.
Okay. And
a couple of times a week, I crack open Disc Golf Valley, which is a disc golf game, also on the phone. But
nice.
Not very serious about it, but I do carry a 939 ranking. So
we can assume that's good.
It's okay. It's all right.
It's okay. If you played it 2 weeks before you played to trial the courses, you'd probably be better.
Yeah. If I spent 8 to 10 hours before I played a match, yeah, I would be better.
What about you, Cowboy?
I don't really have time to play additional games.
Yeah, cool.
Everything that I do, HCR2 takes all of my gaming time.
Yeah, fair enough. Fair enough. All right. Over to you, Pete.
All right. One from Bojack here. It says, wow, 4 of them. Okay. You're all very good players in the game, but if you all teamed up in real life to rob a bank, who would you trust most to be the getaway driver, and who would you trust least because you know they'd instantly get caught? That's an interesting question. We'll start with Tuggers.
Well, I got the fast cars, so maybe I should do the wheeling.
hang on. Just to make it, just because you can build a car doesn't mean you can drive a car.
I'm not too bad behind the full size version.
No, I'm staring because it's usually just because you can buy a car doesn't mean you can drive a car. But if you're building them, if you're building them, you probably know how to steer. Yeah.
With the way my knee moves right now, I better drive because they're gonna catch me before I get out the bank.
Okay, Stanley caught first.
That's good.
Cool. Anyone else want to chip in?
Scotch?
I guess I go with Tug for. He does build cars, so I couldn't even tell you to do like stick shift. I couldn't even do it. So I go with Tug on that, and I'd probably say the least. You probably wouldn't want me driving. So my spouse still throws in my face that when our first baby was born, I was driving the speed limit, and she was yelling at me to go faster, and I totally assumed that we had a lot of time. So I was like, you know what? I'm just going to follow the law. It was, follow the speed limit. And then the baby was born less than an hour after we got there. So I still hear it to this day on a very frequent basis. And that's probably the closest I'm going to ever get to being a getaway driver.
Based on that story, then I agree that we would not have you drive the getaway car.
What, you don't want to go the speed limit?
Well, as a getaway car doing the speed limit, you wouldn't attract attention from people you were passing.
Exactly.
Do have a point.
Yeah. So there's a method to your madness. There's a method to going fast, but there's also a method to being unnoticed. No, just unnoticed, blending into the background.
How about you, Stanley?
Oh yeah, I think Tug is probably our wheelman, and I don't know. Based on Scotch's story, yeah, he's gonna have to wear a mask and hold a gun in this one.
And lastly,
cool.
Cowboy. Cowboy, you're on mute.
What happened? Yeah, definitely. Tug, Evo Tugrnutz will definitely be the wheel guy.
Yep. Awesome.
I never knew that. That's where he got his name before, and it just dawned on me. I'm sure he got that.
Yeah. Who's next? Is it Jack Rabbit?
My turn? Yeah, I think it's mine.
Yes.
Yeah.
The next question is from BD Exhaust. Given that EC is currently matched with Bad Dads, how much frustrated is Tug that Mubbles have this far kept themselves at a safe distance? And his next question, what is each of your favorite Western movie? And his next question, I'll go to the next question later. Tug?
Yeah, I think they cleaned house pretty good last match. I don't remember what the final score was, but I think they did a number on us on that one. And I would say, obviously, the namesake of the team, favorite movie is Tombstone.
Mm.
I'm your Huckleberry.
Exactly.
Yeah, Tombstone.
His next question is, which typical team event track are you worst at? Scotch will. He said each must answer for a teammate. Scotch, can you answer for Tug?
Answer for Tug. That's a good question.
Jumpy.
I'm gonna.
Kanga.
Like
I'm
how
gonna say
well
Kang. Yeah. We'll go with Kanga.
Tug.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
If
Okay.
I may,
Tug.
I'll go with Kanga.
Where do you think Stanley is worst at?
You got plenty to choose from.
Tug.
I don't really know who's bad at what, because I'm usually concentrated on how bad I'm sucking at something.
You have a guess, just on top of your head.
For Stanley?
Yeah.
I don't think he's a good jumpy guy either.
Yeah, you got that right.
Okay.
See? Guess it well. Stanley, can you guess for Cowboy?
Oh, I'm gonna put him in the same boat as Tug and I. He's as we call it on Huckleberry, the jumpy jump. We're not good at the Kanga.
It's an old guy disease.
And Cowboy, what do you think is Scotch worst at?
I don't know. I'm just Scotch is a pretty and amazing player all around.
Yeah, I can't think of a weakness for Scotch myself. He's very well rounded.
Cool.
I'll take it.
He's find himself on the podium quite often.
He does all right.
Good. Okay. Eva?
Yeah. Well, this is a follow-up question for Russ. Faux King BALLZ. So Faux. Yeah, Faux. Yeah, anyway, this is a question for him. So because of the matchup at the moment, if my balls topped Tugrnutz in the standings, can I request that the tugging intensity? How does that work exactly?
Oh man, I don't know how to answer that one.
No, I'm hoping you don't answer that one at all.
Doug's pulling full force all the time.
He thinks up questions like that, right?
Yep, he does. He does indeed. Yes, he does. So in that case, I will go on to a question from Bojack.
Bojack asked if I could answer this one. Ask this one.
Oh, okay.
That's why I put my name on it.
Where did you put your name on it?
Yeah.
Look down, see the reaction.
Oh,
Picture,
sorry,
your
I
emoji,
can't.
Your emoji.
Sorry. All right. So I will ask a very quick question from Cap A. Thanks for the questions, Cap A. He's asked a whole heap of questions, and I love his enthusiasm for all these questions. And we've talked about changing the game. We've talked about making a big merge happen, and you guys wouldn't really. Favorite track, favorite time attack. You've answered how did you build the EC community so quickly. Good on your Facebook. A very specific question from Cape to Stanley. On a scale of 1 to 5, how much do you enjoy my YouTube content?
Oh, that's easy. That'd be a 5.
Excellent.
Right now, Cap A, he's got about somewhere around 950 subs, and
Yep.
if he can get to 1,000, he's going to take the mask off.
Yeah,
So
I know.
I'd love to see him take the mask off, and then I'd love to see him get to 2,000 subs and maybe put the mask on.
Back on. There you go. There's some tips. He's got a very specific question to Tugrnutz. How many nuts do you tug? We've answered that already, so no need. Scotch,
all of them.
All of them. He's asked a very specific question to Scotch. Do you have any leadership advice?
Listen.
That's good advice.
That is good advice, actually. Yeah.
Just in general.
Anything other than
put the time in? Listen. Just be active. I a big proponent of responding quickly on Discord or in game chat. So I think that's very helpful.
Yep.
And just being cool. Kind of just being level-headed. I kind of mentioned too with for instance with Darko, for instance, I think we've really tried hard to really get a lot of adults in the room usually who are in charge, and it's very rare that we have too many people that are probably under the age of 25 or 30 even that are really in leadership. So you don't see it often too much with some of the kids. I mean, they're just all over the board.
Yep.
But I think just being level-headed is extremely important.
Yeah, very cool. Very cool. And
I
then
will
last
say
question.
that Scotch does not make any snap decisions. He's very good at hearing everyone's thoughts, opinions, weighing it out, and then making a choice. So I don't feel him as a leader. We've made a lot of choices that we weren't comfortable with. He's usually pretty thorough in feeling them out, thinking them out, and then executing them.
Yeah, very cool. Yeah, very cool. Very cool. And then the last question is for Cowboy. Are you a cowboy in real life?
That would be a negative. I'm a business entrepreneur, and one of our businesses is we have a goat farm, and we breed and sell pygmy goats. But we also have horses, mules, and donkeys, and we also board horses, mules, and donkeys in our stable. So technically, I'm more of a horseman than a cowboy.
All right, so that means
you sound like a cowboy to me.
Yeah, you're wearing the same hat, but you're wearing it slightly differently, is what you're saying.
Right. My 140-pound boxer mastiff mix is named Cowboy. That's where I got my gamer tag.
Oh, there you
nice.
go. That's two from 4 who name themselves in the game after their dog.
I do not own a dog named Tugrnutz.
I can tell you right now, if you did, it would be very interesting if your dog ran away and you went out in the streets and you were yelling out very loudly, Tugrnutz! Tugrnutz! Come here, Tugrnutz! It would be extremely funny, but definitely worth videotaping.
That's awesome.
Sorry. Pete, your question.
Yes, this one is from Bojack, another horseman. This one is for EC Stanley, and he says, I noticed the steel in your avatar. How many Grateful Dead shows have you been to? Any other bands like Fish or some of the newer acts on the scene you frequently like? And follow-up is, what's your favourite purchase you've made on Shakedown Street?
Okay. See. What was the first part of that question again? Boy, that shows my memory right there.
How many Grateful Dead shows have you been to?
Obviously, too many. In the original Grateful Dead with Jerry Garcia, I saw him 3 times. He died in '95, and reiterations of the band, Phil and Friends, and just the Grateful Dead and Friends. I've seen, I don't know, more shows than I could count. I also used to travel with Fish in the '90s. I've seen them, I don't know, upwards of 100 times throughout. I don't know, between '95 and 2002. Right now, I don't go follow music anymore. It's too hard. It's too much money. It gets in the way of putting.
Yeah, I was about to say that.
The best purchase I ever made on Shakedown Street, and if you guys don't know, Shakedown Street is the area of the parking lot where it's just kind of a free for all. Everyone sets up their everything from grilled cheese to T-shirts to I would sell my glass pipes there. The best thing I ever bought there, I traded someone a couple glass pipes for a canopy. While I was on tour, the rest of that tour, it rained, and I had a canopy to place my tent under. And I still have that canopy to this day, and that was 20 some years ago.
There you go.
How good's that? That's a good purchase.
For sure. Especially, it's glass that I made, so I probably traded about $30 worth of glass for a $200 canopy. Like I said, I still have it to this day, and if I ever need it, I got it.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
Excellent. Alrighty.
Cool.
Jackrabbit, you're up.
JR, you're up.
I'm up for the next question from a girl, and this is a long list of questions. Thank you for this long list of questions. The first one is for Scotch. Let's do it one by one. Scotch, do you miss me as EC Chief?
Of course, I miss Chief a lot. I still talk to her online. She's a military veteran as well, so I like to give her a lot of props for that too. So yeah, she's definitely missed a lot. I know. I won't get into it, but I know why she left, and I hope she comes back at some point.
So there you go. The next one is, do you drink Scotch or do you like butterscotch?
Definitely Scotch. Though, if I'm talking to a child, we'll say the dog's named after the butterscotch.
Yeah. Why did you call the team EC Huckleberry? That has been answered. This one is, did you find that Loyal Outcast merge thing beneficial to EC Huck? Why or why not?
It was absolutely not beneficial at all. I mean, we tried. It just, probably one of the biggest reasons why it probably didn't help was just because we had to make some tough choices trying to put our best 50 on a team, and we did lose some people because they didn't want to move down. So that was probably the biggest negative.
Okay, she
Well,
wanted to know if she were to leave one of the teams I have been on, would you make space for me back on EC Hawk?
Absolutely. Anytime.
Absolutely. Oh, there you go,
Just
Agril.
remember, we don't condone stealing players or anything like that. But by all means,
Mhm.
Well,
And are you
she does have like 5 accounts, so
yeah, I
maybe
know.
she plus one of them.
yeah, yeah. Are you old enough to drink scotch?
I am. I'm 43 years old, so 25 years ago, I was not old enough, but I am now.
Hmm. How many else do you have and what teams are they on? Would you ever put one in Blue Bayou in an alt exchange? Ooh, alt
I
exchange.
just have the one, and yeah, I would stop by and check her team out. I've told her I would try to consider it at some point. So yeah, hopefully we could work that out, and I'll have to hit her up after this is over.
Mhm. Okay. Next question is for Tug. Always wondered what kind of girls you hang out with that has tugging her nuts. That has you tugging her nuts.
I have dated all types, short, tall, skinny, you name it. Been with my current partner for 15 years. She's an amazing human being. She's very easygoing. She puts up with me in all aspects of my car hobbies and everything else. So, yeah, my preference is just people who are easygoing. Let each other live their lives the way they want and do what they want to do, and everybody's happy.
Yeah, yeah, that's very nice. And Stanley, a question for you. What kind of tools do you use?
What kind of tools do I use? I'm wondering if she's talking about glass blowing. I'm
I
not
I
think
sure.
think he's talking
Stanley.
about the Stanley tools.
Oh, oh, wow, that one
Did you
went
get
right
your
past.
name from the Stanley brand?
No, I didn't. I'm a hockey fan, and the
Oh,
NHL the NHL's they play for the Stanley Cup at the end of the year. And had I known when I adopted my character's name Stanley that there was going to be dozens of people who know me as Stanley, I might have went with something else, but it's not something that I knew at the time, and
hmm,
it's been so long now that I'm not changing it. As
yeah.
far as you all know, I'm Stanley. My real name's Trent, but
Hmm.
Stanley.
At least you don't get asked hundreds of times, how many nuts do you tug?
Well, it could be worse. It could be worse. The first time I met Maury, like physically met Maury, he was looking after a BMX event. Like there was a competition, BMX competition. He was kind of clerk of course, is the best way to describe it. And I've walked up to him with a big camera bag over my shoulders and said, "Hi, I'm Eva." And he looked me up and down, and said, saw the camera bag, saw the camera over my shoulder, and he said, "Yeah, just put yourself wherever you like." And I'm like, "Oh, okay, yeah, cool. So, I can stand anywhere I like." He goes, "Yeah. Just you got high vis? Yeah, I've got high vis." And then I turned around and I said, that was a really cool run you did. And it was we were doing daily challenges, and he'd done this really nice run with an obscure vehicle. And I can't remember which one it was, but I said that was a really good whatever on the scooter or whatever. And he looked at me, and it took him about 25 seconds to just go, "Oh, so." Oh, there you go. Oh, really? Oh, yeah. Hey, how you doing? You know, and I just went, yeah, you're in the middle of doing an event. I get it. you know, but yeah. But that was very, very funny. Very, very funny indeed. So yeah, it took him a while, but the camera
Yeah.
bag did kind of put him off because he was
Yeah.
like, I saw the camera bag and thought, oh, you're just another photographer. You just want to come
Yeah.
along and shoot wherever you
Uh-huh.
like, type thing.
That's funny.
So
And
yeah, sorry. After you, Jr.
okay, this next. Have you answered Stanley? What kind of tools do you use?
Yes, he has.
They're Stanley's. I use Stanley.
Stanley's.
Direct to the point. Okay, Cowboy, it's your turn. First question: do you own a bull or just bullshit?
No bulls.
A bull. Are you hoping Fingersoft adds a horse and wagon option?
I think that would be interesting.
Yeah, right. The horse would. I'd like those. Will you ever shave your beard like Pete shaved his?
No,
No.
I shaved
Never say never.
every day for several years of my life, and then one day I just said, you know what, I'm not shaving anymore, and I'm not shaving anymore.
How long has this beard been going on?
Uh, if I had to guess, at least 10 years, at
Oh,
least.
just like yeah, yeah.
But
Yeah,
see,
mine was 10 years.
just by not shaving, I've become more efficient as a human being.
Oh, I like that.
save
I
all
like
kinds
that
of
analogy.
Yeah,
I
I
like
must
that analogy.
admit,
That's good.
since shaving, now my morning routine has like doubled in time. So yeah, I know what you mean.
Some people were actually shocked that Pete shaved his beard. So that's in game. So anyway, to all the guests, what part of HR do you like most to play and why? Stanley.
Oh, I definitely I like the team events just because it's really the core of the game.
Mm-hmm.
A lot of we when you guys asked what we did 25 years ago, and someone pointed out how different all of those answers were, I wouldn't
Mm-hmm.
know these guys if it weren't for the team aspect of the game. And there's been some really cool things that have happened because of the team. One of our players, he asked a question earlier, Wheezy.
Mm-hmm.
One of the things that's been great about playing on this team, he was kind of the team mascot in the beginning. He had a super low GP, but he fit in with the group, and it's just been cool to watch over time how he has developed. And I mean, he's a better racer than me now. I mean, by far. So it's just been cool to watch the development. Form friendships. On at whatever level with these guys. So I'd have to say the team event for sure.
Yeah, I
Mm-hmm.
got to
Yeah.
comment a little bit on Wheezy. So in the beginning, again, no Discord or anything. We just thought he was some kid, and he was like Diamond or something when he joined the team. He had like no GP.
Yeah.
And everyone that would join the team, the rule was we had kicked a lot of the low scoring players. Was you had to beat Wheezy. If you couldn't beat Wheezy because he was the low ball, then you couldn't be on the team. So we had a phrase: if you can't beat Wheezy, kicking you is easy.
Ah!
Oh, that's funny.
Yeah.
I'm
So
writing
he
How
was
this
did
the
down.
Wheezy feel
baseline for
about
a long time.
that?
Well, then we
How did-
eventually we got Discord. It's like, oh, holy shit, this is like a grown up dude. It's not like some 12-year-old kid. But he was totally fine with it. And that dude's been with us literally since I posted that Facebook post. And yeah, now he's an amazing player. So it really worked out well.
So how do you
Mm.
spell Wheezy? W-H-E?
It's
Yeah, easy.
WEEZY.
Z-Y. If you
So,
can't beat Wheezy, kicking
Kicking
you
you
is easy.
is easy.
and
I'm writing
now,
that
because
down.
he's a good player, it ain't easy beating Wheezy.
Exactly.
Ah.
Oh, geez. Okay, I'm writing that one down too.
Yes.
All right, cool.
Okay, going back to the question. Tag. Okay, Tag. What part of HR do you like the most and why?
So obviously, I'm pretty dedicated to playing every team event when that comes up. I am not an adventure guy. I find myself kind of on the outskirts of what most of the people do. So I generally enjoy doing cups, doing the tasks, doing the public, doing the community. I enjoy all the side things. I will run the blue adventure chests, but I just run to 500 and then hit exit. So I don't have a very high track record on those things. But yeah, that's my favorite parts is just knocking out tasks and doing team stuff. And that's basically it.
Mhm. Okay. And Scotch, what about you?
Definitely the team events. I try to do everything to grow the GP, though I don't really do adventures since I'm kind of really high GP. But definitely the team events. I like that there's something different. I mean, some of the worst TEs that we have for me are just like when FS gets lazy or goes on vacation and does the 5 tracks all time events. Well, if I wanted to run those tracks,
Yeah.
I would just run them by myself. I'd run them on my own. And I like that in team events, there's tracks that aren't always ran or they're only available that you only get to run them every couple months, or maybe they're used in PEs. And yeah, I like that it's unique and that there's kind of something for everybody in the team events, and there's so many different things that they do. So I like the variety.
Yeah. Cowboy, what is your favorite part? Play.
Um, I would say I'm a cup guy. I also like the team events
Mhm.
and the team atmosphere. It's amazing having a team full of individuals. We all come together for those TEs. It's pretty cool.
Mhm.
I agree with that.
When Cowboy says he's a cup guy, he's not kidding. He has an incredible streak going. What's your
What is
streak
your
at,
trick?
Cowboy?
It's well, I'm not quite there yet, but I was wanting to publish my streak as soon as I hit 3456. And
That's
I'm almost
insane.
I'm at
My streak's like 13.
3429.
How many gems do you have?
I've
You
got
gonna
a
plead the
little over
fifth again?
5,000 right now.
Oh gosh.
Jeez.
Okay. Anyone can answer this if it has happened to you. Who among you has accidentally dropped your phone or tablet against the wall playing team event?
I can say that I've never chucked a phone or anything with the game. I've verbalized my anger, but I've never chucked a phone.
Okay. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
I've slapped my phone on my leg hard enough that it left a little red mark, but it hurt my leg more than it hurt the phone.
I have killed more phones by leaving them on top of my truck and driving down the road.
Oh, whoops.
I forgot that they were on the roof of your truck.
Yeah, it was a bad habit. I had to seriously break myself from that. When I got in the car, I would just, I had my phone in my hand. I would put, my hand on top of the hood, the roof rather, and then get in the vehicle, but leave my phone there. I actually lost like 4 phones that way.
Oh my god. This is so funny. Oh my
But
gosh.
I've never lost a device out of anger.
Yeah, yeah. Scotch, what's your funny story about these things?
I guess I've never actually lost a phone out of anger, but I don't probably take great care of my phones. They
Mhm.
generally have all cracked screens and look like they've been dropped a lot, but nothing out of anger yet.
Mhm. Okay. So this question has been asked. How is Mastery treating you? Has it helped or hindered the team? Do you have more than one account? If you could, oh, this one is nice. If you could suggest an HCR2 upgrade to Fingersoft, what would it be? Stanley.
And I would love to see. I would like to see being able to like gift team members. I don't know, tickets or money, but I know that there would have to definitely be some stipulations on it, like maybe you'd have to be on, because people are going to take advantage of that somehow. Hackers are going to get into it, so if you could do it so maybe you'd have to be a member of a team for at least a week, and you could only give a certain amount of goods to another team member who's also been a team member a week. I don't know if something like that. I would love to be able to, at times gift what I have extra of, and maybe make a trade with someone. Who knows?
Yeah, I've had that idea too before. It would be nice to gift
You
friends.
just know the hackers somehow the
Yeah.
hackers are going to get a hold of that and run with it.
Yeah.
I'm going to wake up in the morning and I'm going to have a 2000 GP and 3 cars. So.
And my million coins is gone. My 100 million coins is gone.
Yeah, my main thing is I would like to be able to spend coins. Like you can spend diamonds to nothing, tickets to nothing, but I've got 190 million coins and there's just no options for it. Even if it was like super expensive, like it's 5 million to buy this one part. Like if you could at least spend coins somewhere, because I think there's a lot of old school players that like Scotch and I, we just have millions and millions of coins and no way to spend them.
I think it would be nice to spend the coins at least maybe once a year for a skin or vehicle
Yeah,
skin.
besides the garage stuff, like you can spend in the garage, but I don't really buy anything in the garage. And even if it was like a limited thing or something, yeah, just anywhere where you would have the option to spend coins, I think that would be a great ad.
Yeah.
Like scrap or something like that.
We could use a scrapper for those garage decorations. I mean, who needs 45 arcade machines?
That's true.
That's true. Cowboy, what would be your suggestion for an upgrade?
I don't know. Maybe I don't know, but don't make things so dependent on spending coin or making the little guys suffer just because they can't keep up. It takes the fun out of the game when they're pushing, consistently pushing new mastery, and then the next 5 team events has that same vehicle or whatnot. And I mean, it's really difficult for some of these guys to keep up.
Yeah, that's true.
It's a fine balance between, obviously they want hours in the game, game screen time, but it does, I think, it has made it a little harder for some folks to stay motivated when the press is that hard, when the mastery vehicle comes out and then the next 3 events have it, that probably dissuades some folks from it. So maybe just a little more balance with some of that might be nice.
Yeah,
if you were
the
start playing
hardcore players are going to play and they're going to grind. It just, maybe not so much so often. Give a little more time in between.
Yeah, if you were to start playing this game now, I mean, I have to imagine it would be just a daunting task to look at the amount of cars, the amount of parts, the mastery that you're years away from doing. I mean, I'm glad I started when I did, because it would be hard to get where I am.
Right, now there's blueprints and all kinds of stuff.
Yeah, the extra currencies have made it hard, I must say.
It's, I mean,
Yeah,
it's FS is just expanding it and keeping it interesting, which is awesome for all the longtime players. But yeah, as somebody just walking into the game, I mean, it would be a little overwhelming for sure.
well, I still don't have the new adventure track because I just don't have the adventure tokens to buy it.
I
That's
keep
the
a
same.
couple thousand of those on hand.
Yeah, me too.
It's
Mm.
just, it's never something I've been interested in because I'm not a big adventure guy, so I don't tend to collect them.
I usually
Right.
get a lot of points in the PE, so I'm usually buying those adventure tokens in there every time.
Yeah.
Yeah, I buy enough to buy the next adventure, and then as soon as I'm out zero, then I just save up another $2,000 or whatever.
Mhm.
Yep, fair enough.
Scotch,
Hmm.
if you could suggest an HCR to upgrade the finger soft, what would it be?
I would love if they had a CC some type of system. I have lots of ideas or preferences, but that the fact that there's an incentive to lose just kills me. It just absolutely kills me. The fact
That's a
that
good
people
one.
aren't all the time, it's just completely stupid. And there's teams like the Arab teams, for instance, that have almost like an art form in terms of how they do it. I know we have trouble. I mean, nobody from our team like wants to like not go balls to the wall 100%. And it really puts us in the eight ball because teams are incentivized to lose, and suddenly like because you win 2,250 to whatever 2,200, you get a much tougher opponent, and the team that lost is in much better shape and gets a much weaker opponent. So I would love to see that be taken out. That everybody's trying to win every match, or there's no incentive for people to not do their best.
Well, if you just use, maybe like a win loss, you know, you're say you're 15-3 on the year that or on the season, and kind of do it up that way. I think that would be good for what Scotch is saying.
Yeah,
Mhm.
yeah. Well, hopefully they do something about that because we've been talking about it for a long time.
It's a
And
tough calculation.
when you mentioned the respawn thing, like I was actually really surprised that FS actually listened. But they don't really seem to be listening to the complaints on CC at all. But I digress.
I'd say it's not it's not a straightforward undo, if you know what I mean.
Mhm.
It's
So
Yeah.
not.
in terms of the team stuff,
Mhm.
I think it would be a very big um, a very big edit, if you know what I mean, to get it to a new position. So, it's one of those things. You just got to look at it and go, well, hopefully they're working on it, and hopefully it comes out soon.
I mean, it's
It's
complicated. I
just
get you. It's complicated, but I like almost what Tug has suggested, and so I'll give him credit to this. But just make it 100% random matching. It would actually be easier on FS. All they'd have to do is make it random every match.
Mm.
it
Very
would be
cool.
interesting to see what that netted.
Yeah, indeed.
Or maybe they could do something where they mix it up, like the matching system for CC. Try 4 formats. 1 month it's a 100% random format. The next month it's the win ratio format. It would be interesting to see them maybe try to shuffle up how the scoring and the ranking systems go with several different formats and just see what sticks.
That would be an interesting thing if a team didn't know whether winning or losing was going to be the ultimate factor for the next match.
Yeah.
It would kind of make them think about what they were doing. Yeah, that's
I
good.
mean, in my gut, it seems like always trying to win should be the goal.
Yeah,
Do your
yep,
best always, win.
Not reality, but that's the goal. Win them all.
Yeah.
yeah. No, for sure. Interesting. All right.
There is in my opinion, there's a large disparity between it's 100 teams in CC, but gosh, the top like 10 or 15 are just light years ahead of like even 20 or 30 places down, it almost feels like there needs to be another split, in CC where there's
Yeah.
like
I've
another tier that is just the top 20 amazing teams and then another class below it.
Yeah, I've always thought the top 16 should be fighting against each other, and then the next 32 teams should be fighting to get into the top 16,
Yeah, something like that.
and then from there on, the top 64 below that would be fighting to get into the top 32, and that breaks up. I mean, that's more than 100 teams. Don't get me wrong, but by doing that, you've then got, the elite are playing hard matches all the time.
Right.
The next group are playing hard matches because they're fighting against each other. You know what I mean? They're fighting.
I agree with that.
They're fighting against teams that are about their equal. And even doing that 16, 32, 64 brings you to 112 teams. So you're adding 12 more teams into the top 100. But it means that the bottom 60, the bottom 2/3, which is the 64, isn't getting smashed by the top 16.
Yeah.
And the top 16 are then doing their all to be in the top, to stay there. And they're having hard matches, which is great because they're not having a walk in the park. But that challenge is what I go back for. I like to play the game, don't get me wrong, but I like having to push myself to do a better score so I can better the team. And if
I like that concept a lot. That's great.
I've actually had more of a similar concept. Just I had to pretty much had like if you had the top 16 and it could be round robin for the top 16, and then you do 17 to 32 and they're round robin, and you can move teams up a little bit based upon how they did. But I do like what you're suggesting as well. And first, let me also add to that demoting 50 teams is way too many. I just wish
way
they
too
wouldn't
many.
demote.
Yeah. And that's why by
should be in
splitting the
CC.
teams, by splitting that 16, 32, 64, you're not demoting straight away because the difference between CC and Div 1 is huge. And even worse is the difference between the bottom 10 of Division CC and the top 10 of Division CC is enormous. Right?
Yeah.
That difference is enormous. But what I'm suggesting is the bottom 64 are fighting against teams that are in the bottom 64, and they're fighting to stay in the bottom 64, right? But they're also fighting to stay up, and then fighting not to go down. So,
I like that. I actually like.
Sorry, that comes from years and years and years of watching drifters in the top 32 drifters. And, there was kind of, you had a leaderboard, so then the top two drivers didn't battle each other in the bottom section. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So the best two drivers would always usually find themselves in either the quarterfinals or the finals. So, and that way you'd have a really good match at the end of the thing.
But again, brilliant.
At the end you got to do what you can. Anyway, last question. Who's doing that?
I think it's your one, is it?
Oh, okay.
I'm not sure who was last. Was that Jackrabbit?
It was Jackrabbit. Yeah. So this is a question. There's a series of questions from KD Corporal. He's got a couple of questions. I quite like. You've talked about ERP. Sorry, the White Earp movie and Tombstone. Where do you live now? So, the funny one I want to ask is the story of your worst time drinking. And I'm gonna extend that. I'm gonna extend that to Pete. Pete, what was your worst time drinking?
My worst time drinking. I would have to say it would be on a Christmas breakup when we started drinking at 6 a.m.
Oh wow!
And then we got onto a boat and I ended up on the roof of said boat and jumping in the water. And then continued on to somewhere, I can't remember where, but yeah, just so much drinking, and I just couldn't stay upright.
The swaying of the boat wouldn't have helped.
Oh no, I get
No?
seasick at the best of times.
Okay. JR?
Is there a video to that?
No.
No.
There was?
No, there is not. I was no good for a couple of days after that day.
Uh-huh.
JR, what about you?
The question is about
Your worst
drinking.
drinking event?
Well, you know me, Eva. I get drunk easily. I can only drink beer with 9% alcohol content.
Mm-hmm.
I will get tipsy after. I will get tipsy with one bottle, and things happen when I'm. Let's leave it at that, okay? So someone else.
Things
But did I
happen.
hear you
Okay.
correctly? You can only drink beer that's 9%.
Alcohol content.
And
That's
you got
very
me
high.
hooked.
That's pretty high. Yeah.
That is very high.
Mm,
I would get drunk
okay.
off one beer.
Yeah. Cowboy, what about yourself?
You know, I used to enjoy drinking alcohol, but I like it too much, and I quit drinking probably 15 years ago.
Okay.
Oh,
Nice.
well done.
Yeah.
Yeah, very
Good for
cool.
you.
Mhm.
And you, Stanley?
Oh well, I got a few to probably choose from. Though I don't do a lot of drinking now, and I was never that big of a drinker, which probably adds to the problem.
Mm.
But one night the night kind of had highlights in it. You know, I started off like, wow, tequila is actually goes down smooth was one of the first thoughts, and then partway through the night, I found myself winning second place in an air guitar contest, and that actually happened. And then the end of the night found me on the side of my house. I needed to puke when I got dropped off in my driveway, so I went to the side of the house. The air conditioner was on, and that fan sure felt good blowing out. So I just kind of sidled up next to that fan and let that air conditioner fan blow on me. And about 6 in the morning, the paper boy asked me if I was okay. And I got up and I was clothed, so thankfully, yeah, I'm like, yeah, I'm okay, and thank you, and I grabbed the paper from him and went on in the house.
Yeah, fair enough. Fair enough. What about you, Scotch?
I don't know. I mean, how can you have a bad time when you're drinking scotch? But I guess one of my favorite drinking stories, though, were a couple of my friends were drinking, and we decided that it'd be a fun idea at like 2 o'clock in the morning to take the boat out. And so they passed out. So what I thought would be funny is that I turned the boat off and anchored it, and I jumped off, and I was going to ditch them on the boat, walk back. Then I was going to take the jet ski and then surprise them, just to kind of mess with them. So one of my friends was apparently a lot more resourceful than I anticipated, and he actually hotwired the boat and took it back to my grandmother's house before I could walk back. My mom comes up to me. She said, "Where are you? What are you doing, or whatever?" Somebody confronted me. And I was like, "So my plan was ruined," and my friend hotwired my boat and took it back.
There you go. Yeah, there you go. So I will pitch in, but my worst ever experience was tequila. I was attending a bus tour that left. It's a pub crawl bus tour, and we met at the first pub. And I'd had 4 tequilas before I got to the pub on the way in, And when I got to the pub, I went up to the bar and, someone said, "Oh, I'll buy you a round, blah, blah, blah." So I was bought 4 tequilas, thinking 2 were for me, 2 were for him. But no, I had 4 tequilas lined up on the bar, so that was 8. And then I went back to the pub. I went back to the bar about 20 minutes later, and the bartender says, "You're the 4 tequila guy. Here, have 2 more." And then I remember falling asleep in the toilet at the pub. And my face was, I was still clothed. Toilet seat was down, still clothed. And my face was up against the cold concrete, and it felt so amazing. Softest pillow I'd ever slept on. A mate of mine walked in the bar into the toilet and called out, "Who's the big girl's blouse? Who's fallen asleep?" And then realised it was me, and got the door opened and got me on the bus. And I didn't make it to the first venue. I threw my guts up out the back of the bus, and I didn't make it to the first venue. So yeah, that was pretty eventful or uneventful. All of the above.
It was wild.
Yeah. And I still love tequila.
Would you do 4 shots in a row?
Maybe not.
Nah. Better stick with 8.
Better stick with 8. Yeah. No, better stick with 8. And I have no, better not. No, that's it for me. So yeah, no, it was a very, very good night, but I don't remember any of it. So it was great.
It sounds like the good one about to come up right there.
Oh no, I'd met up with a mate of mine, and he was a bit of a try hard, and we'd got into a pub, and he was always on the score trying to look for chicks, and I turned up a couple of hours late, and he said, catch up. So I had 4 tequilas, and I caught up, but it hit me. So I went back to the car and fell asleep in the back seat of the car. Woke up about 6 hours later, and then went home and slept it off and went to work the next day. But the funny part of the story was, while he was at the bar and telling me to have a drink and catch up, he was chatting to 2 girls. And I said to him, and the next morning I go to work, and the phone rings and it's him, and I go, "Mate, what's going on?" And he goes, "Remember those 2 girls?" "Yeah." He goes, "I went back to their place last night." I said, "That's amazing. That's fantastic. How did it all go?" So, "Well, I was pretty drunk." I said, "Yeah, both of us were, So, well, they got undressed and are walking around in underwear, and I threw up in their toilet and cleaned myself up, and got on the bed and I fell asleep." And I'm like, "What happened then?" And he goes, "Well, I woke up and I called you." And I said, "So what are you calling me for?" He goes, "I don't know where I am. Can you come pick me up?" At which point I hung up on him. So
What a missed
yeah, that was.
opportunity.
Yeah, I know. What a terrible opportunity. Anyway, so that's yeah. Should we start Never Have I Ever changed the subject? Should we start Never
keep
Have I Ever?
going. I'm
No.
liking this topic. Just keep.
No.
I'm sure you have pretty more drunk stories.
No. I'm one of those one-hit wonders as well. One nice glass and I'm out. Yeah.
Well, I'm the last one, and I'm gonna sound unoriginal, but tequila. So that's 3 of us.
Yep.
That was my worst one. I have plenty of hilarious alcohol stories, but the question was the worst. It was my 20th birthday, and we were at a friend's house, and their dad would let us drink at their house or whatever if we didn't, go out or drive or anything like that. And so he bought me a 5th of tequila, and I sat there with my friend's dad, and I was, I think, 20. So I had not drank a lot of hard liquor at that point. I was mostly like a beer guy. And so we're just sitting there, just tipping shots. And I look down, and this bottle is like more than half gone, and he's just laughing, and I'm just like, holy fuck. I was like, have I drank that much? And he's like, yeah, you're gonna have a fun night. And so my friends were throwing me a big party. Well, I clearly was in no shape to even walk at that point. I ended up on his bathroom floor just puking my brains out for hours.
Yep.
So all my friends packed up. They went to my party without me. They all had a great time at my birthday party. And I'm pretty sure I had some form of alcohol poisoning. I was in bed for 3 days, totally screwed up. And unlike Eva, I cannot smell, drink tequila to this day. Just the smell of it brings me back, and it's the one liquor that I've gotten sick on. I've gotten sick on plenty of different types of alcohol and have no problem revisiting them, but tequila I just can't do. That was 30 some years ago and I still can't touch it.
My brother-in-law, just for fun, bought me a bottle of 1800 tequila.
Okay.
It's not a cheap bottle, and he said to me straight up, he goes, "No, you got to get back on the wagon." Right? You got to get back on that horse, get back out there. And he bought this, and 1800 is the most smoothest, amazing tequila I'd ever tasted. And that kind of got me back. So you can thank my brother-in-law for that.
Good for you. I cannot go back.
Alrighty.
Quiz time.
After hearing all your tequila stories, I better not try tequila. Things might happen. So let's go to the Never Have I Ever HCR2 edition quiz. This is a quiz to all our podcast guests. Okay, so we will go in the order of Scotch, Tug, Cowboy, and Stanley. Is that okay, Eva? Do you have them on the... So the first question for this quiz. Have you ever run a team event ticket on a live stream on Discord?
Yes.
Yes.
I
Tug?
have not.
Never.
And Cowboy, never?
Never.
Never,
I have
Stanley?
not.
You have not. Okay. Next question. Have you ever made a custom track? Touch.
I have not, but my daughter has made several.
Oh, interesting. Tug?
I have never made any tracks. I stay out of that area. I'm busy enough everywhere else in the game.
Yeah. Cowboy, have you?
I have spent absolutely zero time in the track creator.
Stanley?
I've made hundreds of tracks. It's one of my favorite things to do.
That's
Oh,
awesome.
wow, cool. So I'll be asking you the next question. So the others have not done a track. Has one of your custom track ever been featured in the community showcase?
No, it hasn't, and I would really love it if one were. I've made some tracks that would do. I think would be quite nice in the community showcase.
Yeah. How do you get
We
on
actually
it?
have had some teammates that had their tracks featured in the
Oh
past.
wow. Yeah, that's cool. Oh, that's yeah. Eva knows how to figure that out.
I can do that.
Question number 4. Have you ever spent gems to get the XP multiplier in the shop? Touch?
Yeah, I've done it a couple times at the beginning.
Mm-hmm. Hug?
I spend 100 gems on the 4,000 whatever. Whenever I have 100 gems, I spend it. So I never have more than 100 gems.
Mm-hmm. And Cowboy?
Yes, I am caught up on mastery.
Yeah. Stanley?
Oh, for sure. Yeah, I've spent a lot of gems doing that. I like to buy the 1,000 when I can.
Mm-hmm. Okay, next question. Have you spent 4,000 gems and purchased the legendary chest for XP? Touch.
I have not done that.
I have not done that either because I only ever have 100 gems.
Yeah. And Cowboy?
I have actually purchased a pack
Yeah.
that happened to be the vehicle that I was running mastery for, and gained some XP that way. Yes.
Yeah, yeah. Oh,
Spend 4,000 gems on it though.
yeah.
No, not
No,
the 4,000 gems. I'm talking about a
No.
pack.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, that's
No,
a
that's
different
different.
one. Yeah. Stanley, what about you?
Yeah, I've never done that.
It's just way too much to spend. Okay, thanks. Next question. Have you ever spent real money in the game? Scotch.
Yes.
I have spent real money in the game. Yes.
Cowboy?
Yes, I actually. It's kind of funny because my first gamer tag in the game was free guy, and I played the longest time without spending any money. And I don't know how much money I've spent on this game.
So at some point you finally gave in. Uh-huh.
Yeah.
And yeah, Stanley.
I'm sorry, my phone dropped there. I didn't hear the question.
Have you ever spent real money in the game?
Oh yeah. I've spent the VIP. The people who refuse to spend money on it, I definitely get that. But I think everyone should at least buy the 200 gems for $1.99. That's what it is in the U.S. Just to get rid of the mandatory commercials.
Yeah. Next one. Have you ever completed masteries on all the current vehicles with mastery? Touch.
Yes, I am up to date on both accounts.
Okay. Wow. Impressive, Tug.
I have only finished maybe 8 vehicles, I think.
Okay. Cowboy.
Yes, I'm caught up.
Very cool. Stanley.
I've got the majority. I'm missing 5 of them.
Okay. Cool. Next question. Have you ever thought of giving up playing the game? Touch.
No, I think once at some point in time, I just considered myself that I had too much invested, and
Yeah.
it was just not going to happen.
Tug.
I'm the same as Scotch. I have a lot invested. I'll probably always have the main, although I have slowed down considerably on my alt.
Oh, okay. Cowboy.
No, I've never really considered that.
Stanley.
Oh no, not at all. I did step away for just a little bit. I don't know, a year or so ago, but I mean, there was no question I'd be back. I just couldn't play for a little bit.
Okay. The next question is: have you ever used a prefix in your name to announce what team you're in? Well, all three, Scott, Todd, Cowboy, and Stanley have a prefix on their names, but Scotch, have you used a prefix?
Oh, yes, I have a prefix in my name for both accounts. Actually, even the one that I have on Empire still shows the EC. I just don't have it for my Discord. And that's
Okay.
really so. Yeah, I have the prefix on. If you look at both my licenses, I have the EC, but just not in Discord. And honestly, that's just because I am computer illiterate and don't want to mess with it.
So all of you have your prefix on your names. Okay. Next question: have you created content for a YouTube channel? Scotch.
I would not even know how to start a YouTube channel, let alone post a video or record a YouTube channel. So that is way above my tech savviness.
Tag.
I have a YouTube channel, but there's nothing game related on it. It's all like automotive and machining content and music, that type of stuff.
Please share. Please share.
He was
Sure.
into that. Cowboy, what about you?
I don't have a YouTube channel. I watch YouTube sometimes.
Okay. Stanley?
I guess technically, yeah, I have. I have a channel. It's nothing that I promote. I'm not trying to get views on my channel. It's more of just occasionally if I'm doing a track for a team event, well, I'll record it, put it on YouTube, and then share the video on
Yeah.
our Discord. But
Yeah. Wow.
I don't do it for
Mhm.
views. It's just
Yeah.
if I found something that could help the team.
hmm Yeah, that's good. Okay, next. Have you ever met another HCR2 teammate or player in real life? Scotch.
I have not.
I have not.
I
Oh,
have because I worked with the two other
yeah.
co-creators of the team.
Cowboy.
No, I haven't met any, but there are 5 other members of our team that live near where I live.
Oh,
Ooh, sounds like it's time to meet up. Stanley?
Yeah, actually, 2 different members of our team. Actually, neither one are on the team anymore. But
Hmm.
Scotch and Tugrnutz will definitely remember Dax, who played with
yep,
us for
yep.
quite a while.
Yep.
He lives in Texas. I was in Texas. I got a hold of him, went to his house, and believe it or not, we went and played mini golf. So, uh,
That's awesome.
and then another member of our team who just, and I'm not sure why, who just quit within the last month, Papa K. We live in the same state, and twice he's met me at again for mini golf. I played putt putt with him and his daughter a couple times. They were at they came up to a tournament that I was playing in, and they jumped out with me and played a couple rounds. It was kind of nice.
Nice.
Some
That's very cool. And the last question is, have you ever done a face reveal on any Discord server, not including the podcast server? Much.
I don't think so. I know there's a lot of people that probably have my Facebook or have seen pictures of me, but I haven't done really anything publicly.
I think
Mm.
I've posted my picture. I think it was on the last call server when I went and visited their team. I think I posted a picture in there, and there's got to be pictures of me in the Channel Zero, our server somewhere. I'm sure.
Cool.
Okay, Cowboy, what about you?
Uh, no, I
No? Mm-hmm.
sure don't.
Okay. Stanley.
Yeah, I mean both the when I met with both Dax and Papa K, we took a picture and posted it on the site.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, that's cool. Okay,
Cool.
that's the end of the quiz. On to Eva.
let's see how we
Uh,
did.
so, it's been there's 2 of yous with 5 nevers, which is Stanley and Tugrnutz. And then Scotch and Cowboy are 7 and 8 respectively. So very much middle of field, a bit too many nevers, but that's fine. It's no big deal. It's more about a bit of a laugh and a bit of fun. So thanks for playing. You all win the same prize for playing, which is absolutely nothing.
I thought it was going to
Um,
be 4 shots of tequila.
so
Hey,
you
I
can
appreciate
share
my
it.
nothing.
Yep, you can share it together all at once, or you can have it all to yourself. It's more than welcome to do whatever you like with it.
I would like to
Now,
split my nothing.
so that kind of brings us to the end of the podcast. But before we go, is there anybody that you want to give a shout out to? And we'll just start with Cowboy.
Just I'd like to give a shout out to the whole EC Huckleberry family. Y'all keep grinding and doing well. There's a lot of up and coming players within our organization. I could say that because we have 3 teams, but yeah, it's a great family. It's a lot of hookers for life in our team.
Yeah, very cool. What about you, Stanley?
Yeah, I'd like to give a shout out, obviously, to the whole Huck team. I love these guys. Um, I'd like to give like a quick plug to Cap A and Euro Pat on their channels. They're really good for this game, and their channels are a lot of fun. Europat does a battle tracks on Saturday, and I'd love to see more people get involved. But yeah, go check out both Cafe and Europat's YouTube channels.
I will. We have shared their links before. I'll do that again in this episode right now. So, very cool. Very cool. Tugrnutz, do you have a shout out to anybody?
My shout outs, I'm going to keep it narrow. It's to Scotch and Cowboy for taking control of the reins of the team and the whole family once I kind of slowed down and took more of a back seat. And everybody in our organization, the Huck family, we just have such a wonderful community of people. It started, just a couple of guys goofing around at work on break, and it just, turned into a great thing. And it's also enabled me to meet tons of other people worldwide, and it's been awesome, you guys included. I've have deep history with the Oz family. Yeah, just grateful for all of it and everybody, and it's all in the name of having a good time.
Likewise. It's been good to have you guys on.
Yeah, it's been great. Thanks for having us. I really appreciate it.
Yeah.
It's been
Thanks
fun.
Yeah, definitely appreciate it.
Thanks for spending some time with us and all that sort of stuff.
Yeah.
For sure.
Yeah.
It's definitely a surreal experience for me because I feel like I've just been sitting here listening to the podcast and I'm actually on it. So it's kind of cool.
Well,
you're part of it.
You've now taken my podcast virginity. This was my first podcast.
Oh,
Wow.
there you go.
I
I'm glad we didn't ruin it for you.
No, it's been great.
We were gentle. We were gentle.
So,
Yeah, and a big shout out to you guys for doing this podcast. You guys put a lot of work into this, and it's awesome. Kudos to you guys. You guys are doing a great job.
thank you very much. Yep, thank you very much.
Thank you.
I'm just going to throw Pete.
I suppose I should do my big announcement.
Yeah, you probably should. You probably should.
Yeah.
Let's go.
All right. So my time as a podcast host has come to an end.
Oh no!
I've decided to retire as a podcaster and focus more on life for a little bit.
Okay, fair enough.
Yeah. So you guys are my last guests. So.
Oh wow!
Yeah.
Well, I'm
is it
glad
because
you
of
got
us?
to.
No.
Not because of
So
you.
that's a first and a last in the same podcast.
It's been on the back of my mind for around a year now, so I've finally done it. I'm gonna be a listener still, but no longer a host.
Okay, and you're also stepping down as leader on the team as well, right?
That's right. Yes.
Yeah.
Oh my
As
God.
of
Are
this
you
season,
still? Are you Pete? Are you planning on quitting the game altogether? Or are you just slowing way down?
just slowing right down. Yeah.
Yeah. I get you. I did the same thing. It was tough, but it needed to happen.
Yeah. Still a moderator in the Fingersoft server, but not really at the same time. Like I've still got the title, but I'm barely ever there. And
Okay.
I've told them that I'm going to step back, and they said that's cool. You can come back whenever you want, but we're not going to take your role away. I'm like, okay, cool.
Cool.
Well,
So,
yeah.
Well,
Thanks
for everything,
everybody. Thank you, Jackrabbit and Eva, for being such amazing hosts, and hopefully you continue on without me. But yeah, it's been a ride.
From my perspective, I'm going to miss some of the dad jokes. I'm going to miss some of the camaraderie and all that sort of stuff. It's going to be a very big hole. And JR and I had a chat yesterday, and we have some ideas, but nothing's set in stone just yet. But we will probably start a new season with the next episode. Season 4. Without Pete. So But yeah, from my perspective, I really appreciate you reaching out to me to start with to get me on the podcast.
You're very welcome. I'm glad I did.
It was a message from Pete that got me involved to start with, you know, and all of that sort of stuff. And you know, I still think that you know, we've made a friendship outside of the game and all that sort of stuff, and I'm really appreciative of that too. So yeah, it's going to be sad not having you on here, but I know I can give you a call if I need to. So
Anytime.
I feel lucky about that. So yeah.
Yeah. And I can still pop in for a coffee every now and then.
Yes, you can. Yes, you can. JR?
I'm
Oh, Jackie Rabbit.
I'm going to miss you.
I'll still be around.
He'll still be around.
I know, but sorry.
Well, what we can do is we can reach out to him one day and just say, hey, can you come in and spend 10 minutes with us? Just do an intro.
Okay.
And we'll see if we can swing him back that way. But no, that's all right.
I'll try to talk now, but I'm just literally sad and crying and all of that. Thank you so much, Pete, for what you have done for the podcast. You're one of the original hosts, and it's been part of our lives. The podcast is almost 4 years old. I've been here for 3 years. Um, Doing this is not a walk in the park. It takes work. So I understand because you have just one day of the week for your day off, and we take time to be on the podcast. So thank you so much for your hard work, the dedication and the commitment that you have done for the podcast. We really appreciate that. You are my favorite person in HR2, you know that.
I do.
You've been my leader for a very long time. That was the reason why I went to OZNC. Please don't be a stranger.
I won't.
Yeah, and
I'll still be around.
You've been a good friend. Personally, I've shared some things with you. So, have fun with your time, and I understand why you had to slow down. And also,
Yeah.
and this is like the end of you for the podcast, and I really understand. But thank you for everything.
You're very welcome. Thank you, Jack Rabbit.
Okay.
It's hard to say goodbye when the person you're saying goodbye to is like family to you. So yeah, sorry for that.
Yeah.
Yeah, that made the
Sorry.
goodbyes here a little more difficult.
Well, thank you everybody for coming on. It's
Thank
been a
you,
great
Pete.
episode.
And also,
Eva,
would like to
Dr.
say,
Rabbit.
Yeah,
I would
it's
like
been.
to say, I'd like to say thank you to Scotch. I reached out to him and invited him on the podcast, and he said, "I'd like to get some teammates with me on the podcast." I said, "Yeah, go ahead." So I really enjoyed our conversation, our episode today. It was really nice hearing all your
Me as
thoughts
well.
about the game. So thank you all so much to all of you. Thank you
Thank
to
you, guys.
thank you to the guys from your team, EC Huckleberry, for all the questions. There were so much fun conversations in the podcast channel. Thank you to everyone there.
Yeah.
Alrighty. So, again, thanks to everybody's time and effort and background stuff and everything else. So it's been a long podcast. If you are still listening at this end of the podcast, please like and subscribe. If you're still listening, it means you like what you're listening to. A big thanks to all of the guys who spent some time with us. And I look forward to next season. We will have some new, fresh ideas with some different things, but the content will be very similar, and will be one beard less.
Mustache. One less mustache.
One less mustache.
Beard
Mostly
down.
beard. It was
down.
it was beard for most of the episode, so I'm going to say one beard less.
Yeah.
So on that note, thanks everybody. Have a lovely week or so, and we'll be back very soon with another episode. So thanks very much. Bye everybody.
Cheers.
Bye. See you on
Thank you.
season 4.
Have a good one.
Bye.
Bye, y'all.
All right.